There are two teams that I think are possibly the hardest teams to rebuild in Madden 25, being the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints. And recently, I did a Browns 10-year rebuild, and I said if that video got to 2,000 likes, it would let me know y'all want to see a Saints 10-year rebuild to figure out which one is truly the hardest. So today, we are going to be rebuilding this Saints team that isn't only super old, they also have one of the worst cap situations in the future that I have ever seen. So over these next 10 seasons, we are going to see if we can, of course, navigate around the cap space, and we are going to compare this to the Browns rebuild and see how long it takes us to build the highest overall team in the league, how long it takes us to win a Super Bowl, and of course how many Super Bowls we can win to find out which one is harder. And it's definitely a perfect science, no luck involved in that at all, definitely. But I am super excited to get into this, but something very important. Let's see, we hit 2,000 likes on the last one pretty easily, so let's see if we can get to 2,500 likes on this video. If there's a team that you think is harder to rebuild than either the Browns or the Saints, let me know that down in the comments. And I guess I'll just say if, you know, this video hits 2,500 likes, I'll rebuild whatever the most liked team is in the comments. So go down, let me know what team you think could be harder. Whichever one has the most likes, I'll do eventually. And then very last thing, be sure to subscribe, because if you like rebuilds, that's literally all I do on the channel. Trying to hit 100K soon. But all right, let's get into this thing, and let me check so we can compare this to the Browns rebuild. Okay, it looks like it took until year 5 to build the highest overall team, and year 8 to win a Super Bowl. We won 1 ring. So those are our goals to beat, which sounds easy, but again, this is a very hard rebuild. We'll have to get pretty lucky. But let's just get straight into this. We'll see who we want to re-sign. We'll see if we can add any free agents, but I kind of doubt it. We'll see. I mean, we might end up releasing a lot of players this offseason. We might have to. And then most interestingly, we're going to see who we want to draft. I mean, we're obviously going to use real life draft classes for this first year. So we'll see if any interesting players fall to us. But okay, we end up going 6-11. I picked a bad time to record this. I just watched the Seahawks win 6-3. I think Ryan Grubb should be... Never mind, it might be too early in the video to make threats. I can maybe do that later. But anyways, we win we end up going 6-11. You know what I mean. But what pick is that gonna get us? I would guess around pick 9. Let me see. I would just check this. It says pick 10. Is that accurate? It is. Okay, you never know. But all right, let's see who we want to re-sign. And a little bit of a spoiler, but let's see who we can't re-sign. Well, maybe. We'll see. And we had a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl. Normally, I like to, you know, force the playoffs just so it's kind of realistic, but didn't really need to here, apparently. Okay, we actually have positive cap space, though. Oh, did anyone retire? I don't think so. I don't know where this cap space came from, but I mean, we'll take it. Not that we can really do much with it, though. We can't really afford... I mean, we can release some players, honestly. It's just, do I want to? I mean, there are some players here that would be worth releasing that I think people would hate me for releasing. But I mean, it would save 22 mil to get rid of Alvin Kamara. The only thing is, like, do we even have anyone that we would replace him with? Like, in terms of free agents? Because I don't really trust Kendre Miller in Madden. In real life, I think he'll do well, but we'll see. We got some really tough decisions to make already. And Taysom Hill did really well this year, but he regressed a ton. But honestly, I kind of think we need Paulson Adebo back. We really don't have a lot going at I mean, I don't know. I did say this is a hard rebuild. And I mean, possibly the biggest decision is, do we want to get rid of Derek Carr? It'll save us 30 mil, and if we do... What are we gonna do once we don't have him? I mean, we could go with Spencer Rattler. I'm not that big of a fan, but we could. Restructuring would save 19 mil, though. I mean, do we just do the Saints classic thing and push all our money back? Maybe. That's just gonna prolong the issue, but maybe. You know what? Let's truly live in the Saints' shoes. We're pushing everything back another year. But we'll obviously pick up the 5th year for Chris Olave. Hopefully he's, like, okay and can continue to play. play. Trevor Penning, I don't think I'm going to be so quick to pick up the 5th year on. He hasn't been that bad this year, but overall hasn't been great in his career. And Chase Young, I want to get cheaper. I don't think he's necessary, but Paulson Adebo, if he takes this, I do want him back. 5 years, that's way too long, but 5 years, 72, he does take it. Okay, cool. And I mean, sure, Juwan Johnson, if he takes, okay, again, 5 years, I would do 3. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Willie Gay got star dev, though. That's actually interesting. I mean, he could develop. He's 27, which is hard to develop in Madden, but maybe. And then everyone else is just depth, so we can figure something out. But all right, we can actually sign a player in free agency. This is gonna hurt us for the future. So maybe we shouldn't, but we'll see. Okay, good. There's nobody here anyways. That's fine. Oh, hold on. You know, I want to keep this rebuild realistic, and I don't know that this is the most realistic move ever, but I was thinking before I was doing this rebuild, I was like, wow, I really don't sign free agent quarterbacks that much. I just prefer to draft them because quarterbacks are expensive, but Sam Darnold is here. And Russell Wilson, who regressed a little bit more, but nah, with how bad our cap is, we can't afford to pay another QB. Plus, I don't think that's realistic. So, all right, kind of a yap sesh of an off season, but I mean, there was a lot to think about, to be fair. Let's get into our first draft and let's try to build the base for what this team should be in the future. I'm sure you could guess what position I'm gonna target in the first round. There are one or two I'm thinking about, both on offense. But all right, in the draft, we pick at number 10, of course. Now, here's the thing. If there's a player that falls to us that is, like if Travis Hunter or something falls to us, I can't do that. It might happen, but the draft logic is a little questionable at times. I moved him up to number 1 just to like ensure that he goes before pick 10 or something. I mean, he has X factor. I mean, hopefully the Giants don't take him unless they signed a QB, but no, they go Sanders. Is he gonna fall again? Okay. Oh, the Raiders signed Sam Darnold. That's interesting. We'll have to see how they end up they have Jamal Adams. Ooh. We'll have to see how they end up doing though. But all right, Titans go Nick Scorton. Huh. Well, I knew there was going to be something. Panthers go Kenneth Grant. All right, who's available? Will Campbell. I mean, I don't know if it's the most realistic thing in the world that he falls to 10, but I mean, that could happen. He's projected to go, what, around the 5-ish range, but I don't know. At this point, I see it's still kind of too early to know exactly where players are going to go, obviously, so I feel like this is fair game to take him here. This isn't technically that much of a fall. For some reason, he has horrible awareness, but I mean, we'll either move him into guard or Fuaga into guard. I mean, either way, I think both would be good guards. So we'll take him. Ranked 10, got him at 10, perfect. We'll take it. That is the position I wanted. I mean, this O-line, it's been hurt, but it's been horrible. And now, I mean, fully healthy, assuming Ryan Ramczyk can come back healthy, I mean, we're looking pretty good. But all right, round 2, I kind of want a pass rusher here. Let's see, there's Donovan, how do you pronounce this? Hold on, give me a sec. Ezeraku, okay, I didn't want to be pronouncing it wrong for this whole rebuild, so thought it would be better to look. But I mean, this is probably fair enough range. I don't really see many other options that I haven't used recently. This is going to be a little bit of a reach, but usually edge picks in Madden are kind of reaches anyways, so I guess this is fitting for Madden. Rank 67, got him at 42. He does have hidden dev. Honestly, I didn't remember if I gave it to him or not, but I'm assuming that's just star, but we'll take it. And let's see, we should go with a receiver, probably. You know, I am a Jaden Higgins enjoyer. Pretty sure I used him recently in a rebuild, but honestly, I kind of want to take him again. I guess kind of similar to the offensive line, this Saints receiving core isn't bad, but has been so destroyed by injuries, it's insane. So, I mean, it wouldn't be bad if it were healthy. It just isn't even close to healthy. So, let's take some good insurance / maybe a starter immediately at receiver. Sounds good to me. I didn't give him hidden dev. I mean, we'll have to live with it, but I definitely should remember to do that. But overall, good first 3 picks. I mean, we kind of hit the positions in need and pretty good players at those positions, so we'll take it. Also, the Madden draft just hates tight ends. Colston Loveland finally went in the 3rd round. That's fun. But all right, we did pretty well. Still need to make the decision on who we're going to move into left guard, but I mean, Will Campbell, 76 overall. I mean, he was ranked 10. Got him at 10. We'll take it. I guess we'll move him into guard because we've just had Fuaga at guard guard or at tackle for a year, and he's looked pretty decent, so why ruin a decent thing, I guess. And then I already forgot how to say it, Ezeraku, he's all right, and then Higgins is all right. I also took, a few just like depth pieces. Maybe they'll get playing time eventually. Or if that's how you say it, O'Donnell Fortune. He was like a second to third round talent, so I took him. He's actually okay, and I think he had a dev trait. So that's interesting. Maybe he'll play. But yeah, overall, we fixed our needs. We maybe stuck too much to our needs, but we got pretty good players, so we'll take it. But okay, here's a look at the team heading into year 2. I mean, this was actually a pretty good start. This makes me really interested to see how long it's going to take us to build the highest overall team in the league. I mean, again, 5 years is the goal. 8 years for a Super Bowl win. We'll see if we can do that. I mean, Super Bowl wins are just a complete luck thing in Madden, but still. But yeah, we're up to an 81 overall, 83 offense, 79 defense, and we got this team a lot younger. I would say cheaper too, but we just did the classic Saints thing and pushed all of our money back, so it will come back to haunt us soon, probably. And I mean, our defense actually, it isn't great, but it has some younger players with potential, so it's probably going to be horrible this year, or at least it should be. Especially our pass rush, I think, is going to be awful, but we'll see. I at least kind of have a little bit of hope for our offense. But all right, I think we're going to have a lot of re-signings for older players this year. I think it'll be Alvin Kamara, and I don't think we're going to bring him back, unfortunately. We're probably going to have some retirements, like maybe Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu. I don't think we had any retirements this year, though, which is kind of crazy, or at least not major ones. But all right, let's get to the midseason, and we will see how this team does in simulation. It wouldn't shock me if we overperform, but we'll see. But all right, hello? Okay, I don't know what just happened, but my whole screen went black for a second. I got a new computer, but this thing has some issues. But we are 2-4 at the midseason. Understandable. Let's check out some of our stats. How's it going? Derek Carr, actually not bad. Why has he been sacked 20 times in 6? We've only played 6 games. Oh, and Alvin Kamara. Should we just try Kendre Miller? Maybe. Oh. Well, that's a problem. Our pretty great tackle duo has already allowed 6 sacks each. Cesar Ruiz with 4, Eric McCoy with 3. Will Campbell's like our only good blocker so far this year. Fun, the rookie. I mean, I would bench him, but like I don't want to play Trevor Penning or that's just tough. But I will try Kendre Miller. I don't think he'll do better than Alvin Kamara, but at least he's younger. But for re-signings, Rashid Shaheed, Foster Moreau, neither of them are interested though. Alvin Kamara also not interested. Tyrann Mathieu is interested, but he's 33 and he's gonna regress. This is, I mean, we should expect to be bad, but the reasons we are bad are kind of interesting. But Rashid Shaheed, I want back. I would go 5 years for a 27-year-old. I would go 3 years, 39.9. Oh, he does take it. I'm shocked about that. Okay. Foster Moreau, I feel like he's been pretty underrated this year. I feel like he's been solid, but he is 28 and not interested. I would go player friendly, like 2 years, 18, but this team not being a fit for you. I mean, you're a scheme fit, but I guess he just means his interest. I don't know. But other than that, I think we're good for now. Just a lot of older players / replaceable players, which is going to make us look even worse on paper when we lose them, but we kind of have to get worse to get better. I guess this is a rebuild. But all right, let's get in. I almost said let's get into the offseason. The season isn't over yet, but let's get to the end of the year, and we'll see how bad we end up doing. Okay, we finish 4-13. I don't know if we should have been that bad. I mean, the Saints basically practice squad has been playing this year, and they still have what, like, well, I guess they have like 4 wins, right? I can't remember for sure. But yeah, 4-13, not great. But I mean, that might be like best case scenario. We should have a top 8 pick, somewhere in that range. But Derek Carr actually wasn't that bad. 3,800 yards, 32 touchdowns. He did throw a ton of picks, but other than that, for how bad his line apparently was, I mean, not a bad year. Oh, and Kendre Miller, actually better than I expect. I mean, 3.6 yards per carry is bad, but I expected like 2.6. Again, not because I think he's bad, but because I think he would do poorly in this game. Because if you're not already a good running back in real life, you just cannot put up numbers in Madden for some reason. But Chris Olave, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Foster Moreau, 850 and 8 touchdowns. Should we change our offensive playbook? Because I don't know if I would rather use like anyone else, maybe. We'll see. And yeah, the blocking was horrible for some reason, even though it shouldn't have been. Demario Davis, 123 tackles, 10 TFLs for Ezeraku. And yep, the pass rush was horrible. 4 for Ezeraku and Brzee, 2.5 for Carl Granderson. Does he not have traits? Let me see. I don't normally do this, but let me give him some traits so he isn't so bad. But interceptions, 3 for Adebo, 2 for Matthew, and then 1 for a couple players. So, I mean, we were horrible. That's perfectly valid, but the reasons we were bad were stupid. Darius Davis on the Cowboys up there for Offensive Player of the Year? Sure, whatever. But yeah, I don't think we're going to have anyone for any award. Jaden Higgins at 5 for Offensive Rookie of the Year, actually, but Defensive Rookie of the Year, Fortune at 7, Ezra Rocco at 9. Well, at least a division rival didn't win it, I guess. But all right, let's get into the offseason. This is debatably a more important offseason than last year's. This team is probably going to look dramatically different next year than it does right now. But in the Super Bowl, we had a Cowboys-Colts matchup. Okay. But let's see, 4 re-signings. That's what I was kind of scared of. Foster Moreau did get superstar dev. Let me see. Did we get any other good development traits? Well, Will Campbell has superstar. That's cool. I forgot I gave him that, but we'll take it. And then on defense, nothing, I don't think. And I did see that Tyrann Mathieu retired, but Demario Davis didn't. Kind of surprising, honestly. But, man, I feel like we have to re-sign Foster Moreau now. I mean, he was our number 2 receiver, and he has superstar dev, but he's 29 and not interested. Again, I would do a 2-year, $24 mil deal. He doesn't take it. How much is a tag? 19? Like, I don't know, man. I know he did well, but I think that's just a playbook thing. But I guess I'll pick up the 5th year for Brazil because, like, we don't really have any other D linemen. Penning, I'm good. Kamara, unfortunately, we are going to let go. I mean, one of the best recent running backs, but he is 31 at this point. That's not exactly a... Running back isn't exactly an old man's position. Taysom Hill regressed to a 63. So, yeah, I think we're going to let all these guys go, but we do have money, surprisingly. So, I mean, we might do something in free agency. One thing I think we're going to do is definitely getting rid of Derek Carr. This is going to save us 51 mil in cap space. He was decent, but it's just time. He's 35. He got sacked a ton, which, especially in Madden, is like kind of the quarterback's fault. You can have the same O-line one year to the next, and the next it can be completely different if you get a different QB. It's just like a traits thing or something. Cutting Ryan Ramczyk would save a lot of money. I mean, realistically, he's probably going to retire. I don't know, though. We'll keep him because we don't really have much of another choice, but we have 84 mil in cap space. Oh, Mark Andrews is a free agent. He does have a lot of offers, but we do need a tight end. Okay, I don't think we can compete with the Bengals. I mean, we could go for Noah Gray. He's only 27. We know he's going to produce. That might not be a bad option. That's not, like, as exciting, obviously, but could get superstar dev if we sign him as soon as this year, and he's cheaper. I kind of like that. Ooh, and Tyler Algier. This is kind of a unique free agent class. I don't know. Why was he on the Jets? Did they trade for him? They really just hate Breece Hall, apparently. I don't know. I feel like we should do a lot here. Ooh, Ronnie Hickman. He's developed a pretty good amount, up to an 84. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna offer for, like, actually a decent amount of players. But okay, here is what we're gonna do in free agency. This is, like, one of the most interesting free agent classes I've ever gone for. It's usually, like, the same few players at every position available in free agency, but there are kind of some different ones. So I'm gonna go for Tyler Algier. I mean, we could also just give Kendre Miller another chance. Maybe we should, but maybe we'll start Kendre Miller and we'll have Algier as the 2, but if Miller sucks, we'll start Algier for the second half of the year. That's maybe what we'll do. And then Ronnie Hickman at safety, DJ Rader at defensive tackle. It's kind of weird to go for older players when we're kind of rebuilding, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like we could be a team that overperforms, so I kind of want to go for some decent players, even if they're older. Noah Gray, of course, and I'll go for Jalen Redmond. I just wanted to shout him out. He's an underrated player. More UFL players deserve NFL chances. That's all I'm saying. There are, like, legitimately good players in the UFL that just don't get opportunities. And then maybe the most interesting one out of the group is gonna be Malik Willis. Now, he probably won't start for us, but I haven't looked at the QB class yet. I don't know if it's a good one. That's the plan, obviously, to draft a QB, but if we can't, or if there isn't a good one, then, I mean, I'm interested to see how Malik Willis would do. He looked good for the Packers when he played this year, so I don't know, maybe he gets a starting opportunity soon at some point. Obviously not like a big contract or anything, but just like a bridge type, or like an experiment, I guess. I don't know. But we'll see out of these players who sign with us. I don't think we're gonna get all of them, but okay, we definitely don't get all of them. We get DJ Reader and Malik Willis. And, okay, that's tough. Pretty much everyone else doesn't seem interested. We're not gonna get Hickman. How about Nick Cross? He has star dev. I want somebody at safety, just in case we can't draft one. I mean, we could still maybe get Noah Gray. That's unlucky. Okay, we get DJ Reader, Nick Cross, Jalen Redmond, Malik Willis. Well, all that yapping for nothing, I guess. That sucks. All right, let's get to the draft. But okay, we actually have the number 2 pick in the draft. Now, let's see. I focus scouted the QBs, and it looks like there is one good one. Eddie Herrera. The problem is he is already 23, so he's never gonna develop fully. Thanks, Madden. But I really didn't think we would have the number 2 pick at 4 and 13. I guess it makes sense, but I didn't think it would be that good. But let's see what the Vikings do at number 1. I'm assuming they obviously still have JJ McCarthy. Oh, he hasn't really developed, though. That's surprising. Usually he's insane in Madden. He threw a lot of picks, but I still don't think they're gonna take Herrera. At least I would hope not. They don't. They go Cameron Holt, a defensive end, sure. So, I mean, that kind of leaves us with a no-brainer, although I do see a good corner. Joel Spruce, top 5 talent. Anyone else? No, not really. Ooh, these safeties, hold on. Okay, I don't know if any of these guys are gonna be left in the second round. Definitely not, but they look good. But all right, let's just go with Herrera. First round talent. Hopefully he's a high first round talent, but honestly, he might not be. He might be like ranked 20 or something, but we pretty desperately need a quarterback. If you're gonna reach on a position slightly, quarterback is the position to do that with. Let's take him. Rank 16, okay, slightly better than I expected, I guess, but we'll take that. But I almost wonder if we should trade up our second round pick. Probably not, right? We kind of need all the picks we have. We can't really afford to have less because we still need a tight end. We need an edge rusher. We probably need a third linebacker, but we can do that later. And we kind of need a safety. You know, listing out our needs, we actually don't need as much as I expected. I mean, we're definitely lacking in amazing players, but for like desperate needs, that's not too bad. Is there anyone that's trade up worthy though? I don't really think so. God, probably not. Okay, we'll just see who's available in round 2. Okay, I mean, Niles Johnson, this guy looks good. Kind of concerning that he didn't get picked because he was projected to go at 15. Ooh, whoa. Okay, he has elite acceleration and agility, but only solid change of direction, jumping, and speed. He has good ratings though, but I am more worried about our pass rush than I am our safeties. I mean, I also should be worried about tight end. Ooh, this guy's interesting. Sidney Harris. I wish he had better short route. That's the only thing, but great speed, elite strength. That's kind of a rare combo for like a vertical threat tight end. Usually they don't have the best strength. Nah, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Let's go with Christian Hawley here. First to second round talent. This could be a reach again, but it's a pretty desperate position in need. I mean, the thing is though, here's what I'm thinking. I feel like I'm not going enough for like just the best player available. I'm worrying too much about positions of need, and I don't know if he's gonna have hidden dev. A lot of like second to third round power rushers, even like late first, have normal dev. Ooh, there is a good corner later. Okay, that actually makes me feel better. All right, let's go with Hawley. Probably a slight reach. Ranked 43, got him at 34. That's fine. Does have hidden dev though. And I mean, he fits the Saints big bodied edge type. He has 90 strength. So we'll take that. And then round 3, is the corner still available? He is. Okay. Is there a better one than him, or is he the best? Looks like he's probably the best. Ooh, Carlos Bird is really fast though. But so is Matt Driver. Okay, we're going Driver. Ooh, he could be a pretty high first round talent. Elite speed and acceleration. A man, B for everything else, C player ec, which is basically an A for corners. I mean, yeah. Ranked number 6 in the class, I figured. I mean, we don't need a corner, but I mean, we did need another DB maybe. So, I mean, I was saying we need to go for like best player available more, and we probably got the best player available. And then round 4, y'all know what I'm gonna do. We need a tight end. Show me the blocking tight ends. Where are they at? Okay, who looks like the best? Looks like either Mackenzie, Jones, or Lawson, because they have all probably A's. Ooh, although McCollum, oh, he's a possession tight end. I mean, that's interesting, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like Doug McKenzie. He's not even that slow. Ooh. Okay, I'm taking him. Ranked 111, that's fine. Hidden dev, we'll take it. I mean, that could be X Factor, hopefully. That's the goal. I mention this in every rebuild, but if you want basically a free X Factor, take some blocking tight ends. I might even take another, just for fun. Is it smart? I don't know, but I have free will. I can do what I want, I guess. Another hidden dev. We'll take it. But okay, we did very well in the draft. Again, we made some necessary, like, slight reaches in Herrera and Hawley, but I mean, they're both good. They'll both start. I think I'll start Hawley over Granderson. Carl Granderson is just horrible in Madden. I don't know why. So we'll have a really young edge duo with a good third option, hopefully. I mean, Granderson would be fine as a third here, I guess. But the best player we got is Matt Driver. Now, I don't know if he would be a great safety, though. That's the problem. I do want to play somebody at safety. He would stay a 79. I mean, is that the most realistic move ever? I don't know, but we'll see what we want to do with our secondary. And then both of the tight ends, they're okay, but McKenzie's going to start in, you know, again, hopefully he has a good dev trait. But all right, let's get into year 3. And I mean, we already have a chance of being decent. But all right, heading into year 3, I mean, we're getting there. Still only an 82 overall. I guess we have like 3 more full years to become the highest overall team in the league. Because in the Browns rebuild, we hit like a 92 or whatever it was by like the end of the year. So we still have a little while to hit that, thankfully. But I mean, this could be a good team this year. Assuming Herrera doesn't take as many sacks as Derek Carr did. I mean, he's already as good as Derek Carr was, and he hasn't even played a snap yet. And assuming our pass rush is better, which is kind of a big ask because, I mean, it's not the best on paper, but we'll see. We might have to change the playbooks pretty soon. I always feel lame doing that, but it's like necessary. But yeah, we have an 84 overall offense, 80 defense, but I think we're gonna outplay that overall. That's my prediction. I do want to see though, where do we rank? Are we still like one of the worst? Or are we getting better? Okay, we're still one of the worst. I mean, we're better than the Panthers. They're 79. The Patriots aren't doing great. Like, there are teams we're better than, but we are still... The Commanders are only an 81. That's crazy. But yeah, we're still down there, but we should develop a decent bit throughout the year. We're a pretty young team now. Definitely much, much younger than we were at the start of this. But we'll have to see what happens. So let's get to the midseason point. I don't know why I did this team breakdown at the start of the preseason, but whatever, that's fine. Let's get to the mid-season point of year 3. And again, bold take, but I think we might be decent. Can't wait to be 0-7 at the mid-season now that I said that. Okay, yep, good call. I know this game too well. We are 4-2. We will take it. I don't agree that we should be 4-2. I knew it was gonna happen. Oh, and Eddie Herrera has been amazing so far this year. Only 2 picks through 6 games as a rookie. And even Kendre Miller, I mean, he hasn't been that bad. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, we just signed Alvin Kamara back because he was a free agent. He had a big run, apparently. Usually, like, the longest run for running backs is like 9 yards, but like, look at this. 10, 10, 12, 10. I mean, some break big ones, but it's just weird. But yeah, I mean, our pass rush is still kind of an issue that was to be expected. But overall, I mean, not bad. We have a running back breakout, 125 combined yards. I don't know about that, but I mean, I could cheese it and like start him as our slot receiver too or something, but I don't want to do that. So we'll see if he hits that. But for re-signings, okay, we have some big ones this year. Chris Olave, Kendre Miller, Jordan Howden, Willie Gay, Pete Werner, Ryan Ramczyk, DJ Reader. That's a lot of starters. Chris Olave, we obviously need back, but of course he isn't interested. But 6 years, 185 mil, and he doesn't take it. Okay, cool. I mean, we might have to tag him, which wouldn't be awful, but I'd rather just extend him. But I'll go 3 years, 14 for Kendre Miller. I feel like he's selling himself a little short, but I guess he hasn't been great. But Jordan Howden, 3 years, 21. He doesn't take it, despite having like almost full interest. Willie Gay is cheap. Why does nobody want to come back? We're 4-2. I would get if we were like 2-4, but we're not. But Pete Werner, I'll do, I guess, 3 years, 33. He takes that, even though he wasn't interested. I mean, I know it was very player friendly, but still. All right, man. Sure. Ryan Ramczyk, we'll see how he finishes the year. Same with DJ Reader. We'll see how much he regresses. But I mean, we still have some, I mean, at least one very big name player to re-sign. So again, worst case scenario, we can tag him, but let's see if we hit the breakout. We're probably going to lose this game. I mean, at least we should. Not that the Vikings are great here, but they're better than us. And we do lose, but do we hit the breakout? Also, no. Okay, that's unlucky. You hate to see it. It wasn't even one where you get like the pity 4,500 XP or whatever. That's tough. All right, we finish 9-8 and we miss the playoffs. That sucks. I mean, at least that shows we can be good. We actually had the best passing offense in the league with a rookie quarterback. I don't know about that from a realism standpoint, but sure. But I think I'm going to change our defensive playbook. Do I even have to tell y'all what I'm going to switch it to? I don't think so. Ooh, hold on. Driver and Hawley have superstar. Okay, that's workable. That makes me feel better about the future of this defense. Herrera has superstar, and Lawson actually has X Factor. Well, wish I started him, but it might be too late now. But okay, y'all know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I guess it's realistic to change it because they don't have Dennis Allen anymore, but whatever. God, I hate how it says Mikey McDingy right there. It doesn't let you say McDingle anymore. This game hates me, I guess. So I have to use a capital I. Shout out to the person in the comments who told me to do that a while ago. But all right, we're going Bills defensive playbook. You already know. But let's check out our season stats. Eddie Herrera as a rookie was insane. 4,600 yards, 39 touchdowns, 12 picks. And see what I said? Different QB, different offensive. Well, no, same offensive line, but it played completely differently. Kendre Miller, I mean, he hasn't been horrible, but still only 3.6 per carry. I mean, he got touchdowns, but like, But 1,250 yards for Olave, 12 touchdowns, almost 1,000 for Shaheed, 969, nice. McKenzie as a rookie was good. I was kind of hoping he would do more so he could maybe get superstar, but I mean, hopefully Herrera can win offensive rookie of the year instead. I'm fine with that. And then the blocking was pretty good. And then Werner, 124 tackles, TFL 16 for Brazil, 12 for Hawley, but still hardly any sacks. 6 for Reader. I'm glad we signed him at least. Although maybe we should have just tanked. I don't know. Nah, we had rookies. I wanted the rookies to do well. But Hawley and Ezeraku, 3.5 sacks each. That's not ideal, believe it or not. But interceptions, 4 for Adebo. That's cool. 2 for Werner and Fortune, and then 1 for a few players. Cool. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Big shocker. Of course, division rival Bryce Young up at number 4. Awesome. But Eddie Herrera up there as a rookie. That's huge. But Saquon takes NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Jalen Coker on the Vikings up there. Okay. Isaiah Hodgins on the Panthers. What if these receivers, man? We had, who was it? Darius Davis last year on the Cowboys. This year, Jalen Coker, which he's actually a really good player. Big shout out. But Isaiah Hodgins, I mean, he had like a good year for the Giants, but I don't even think he's on a team right now. But sure, this has been a Madden simulation moment. But Aiden Hutchinson, Defensive Player of the Year. No Saints, obviously. But Offensive Rookie of the Year also obviously goes to Eddie Herrera. The 49ers have a new Buckner. Doug McKenzie at 3. The Packers have another Morgan, but Lawson at number 6. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to some Vikings player. Hawley at number 9. He was horrible. I'm surprised he was even up there. I guess he had TFLs, but like whatever. That's not what I'm drafting you for. But all right, we developed a lot throughout the year, and that was our goal. This year we might go pretty aggressive. I mean, we have a ton of cap space. We're really not paying anyone anymore. I mean, not many players at least. There's some, but not nearly as many as the Saints are paying in real life. But it looks like the Bengals beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl 31-28. Yes, I know it's flipped. It's one of the billions of Madden glitches. But all right, we still, of course, have some important re-signings. Actually, let me check first. Did we get any good development traits? Good dev-ups? Okay. Oh, okay. Herrera went up to X Factor. That was, you know, I wasn't sure if he would. It's obviously harder to go from star to superstar than it is to superstar to X Factor, but he did get X Factor. And more surprisingly, I guess, I was hoping for it. I didn't know if it would happen, but McKenzie did get superstar. Look at I mean, they're not the best overalls yet, but that's crazy. And then Paulson Adebo went up to superstar. That's cool. I don't think we gained any stars, but that's still really good. Okay, but for re-signings, we obviously need Chris Olave back. He's like our one actual high overall receiver. I mean, I'll give him very player-friendly again. 6 years, 191. That's what, 32 per year-ish? Is that what that is? Yeah, 31.8. So we'll see if he takes it, and he doesn't. All right, well, you're getting tagged, buddy. 40 mil. I mean, we have the cap space now. That's fine. Fuaga will pick up the 5th year. Howden I want back, but I don't know why he rejected us. I mean, I'd go player friendly. It's not that expensive. Does interest just like not mean anything? I mean, it means something if they have low interest, obviously, but is there any difference between having like, say, this amount of interest and, you know, how much interest Howden has? It doesn't seem like it. But Willie Gay, I feel like we could get a different linebacker. Ryan Ramczyk, though, I mean, I'll give him a player-friendly 1 year. He does take it. Okay, I'm kind of surprised about that, but we'll take it. And I mean, DJ Reader, I would go player-friendly 1 year. 1 year, 16.9. He doesn't take it, but I think we could get him back in free agency. But all right, speaking of that, let's get into free agency. I might even restructure deals. We could go for it this year to try to beat the Browns rebuild, at least in terms of Super Bowls, and maybe overall. Seems a little unfair to the Browns rebuild because I didn't like have anything to compare it to, but still. But all right, let's see. I'm going to release Carl Granderson. underrated player in real life just is turbo ass in this game, unfortunately. And I mean, we don't really need Jalen Redmond. It'll save 4 mil. I don't know if we needed to do that. I don't know if we need the money. I should have checked free agency first, but whatever. Not the end of the world. Okay, it's not that good of a class, but Aleem McNeil, that's interesting. But I mean, honestly, statistically, he hasn't been that much better than DJ Reader, but he is like 6 years younger. He's a lot more expensive, but I mean, I would rather have a long-term piece than a short-term piece, I guess. We'll see. I don't think we'll get him, but we might as well try. Let's see. Cam Akers developed. I mean, that's better than Miller's been doing, but not worth paying. The good old classic 0 good receivers available. That's cool. It was a Darius Smith, though. Talk about a player that overperforms in Madden. You know what? He is interested. We do easily get the lead. We don't even have to go player-friendly or anything. I mean, maybe we should go very player-friendly for McNeil. It's risky because this could just be one of the classic random down seasons. We might just underperform for no reason because we kind of overperformed last year, but let's just hope that won't happen. And I mean, I really feel like we should sign a running back, but none of these guys are going to do well in simulation, unfortunately. I mean, you know what? Let's go for Cam Akers. Not the most realistic move. Never mind, the Vikings really want him. Okay. Didn't really expect that, but sure. Okay, we'll go for these 3 players. Aleem McNeil, Zadarius Smith, Jordan Howden. Hopefully this isn't like last year, but I guess it could be because these are 3 players with a good amount of interest from other teams. Okay, we get Smith and Howden. We don't get McNeil. He goes to the Patriots. I mean, how does Daron Payne do? I never really signed him. Actually, not bad. And I mean, he is 3 years younger than Reader. He isn't even that much more expensive. I would go like 2 years. He has big offers. Okay. DJ Reader, welcome back, bud. Missed you here, I guess. Wasn't he a Saint at one point? No, I might be making that up. I get him mixed up with like Sheldon Rankins for some reason. But all right, our D-line should be hopefully better this year, especially with the Bills' defensive playbook. Also, I need them to fix the reorder depth chart glitch or I'm going to lose it. It takes so long to manually do it. I doubt they're ever going to fix it. They probably know it's a thing, but don't care. I'm sick of it. Who is this? Why does Eli Wilson have superstar dev? I don't even know if he's going to like be signed as a UDFA. That's something. But all right, let's get to the draft once again. And I'm definitely thinking linebacker this year, I think. We should also think about tackle for the future, but linebacker, probably receiver, maybe running back, and then probably O-line depth, maybe D-line depth if we can, you know, somehow find all 5 of those positions. But okay, in the draft, we pick at number 16. I always love using the Saints because you can't really read the white on the light gold, like Vegas gold or whatever is background. Love that. Love that they didn't make it a darker color or at least outline it for the light colored backgrounds. Yippee, I love complaining. Okay, that was a good focus scout. I figured. There were 2 really good looking receivers, but this was the better looking one. I focus scouted 2. One of them got taken. Who was it? Because maybe he was better. I think it was Campbell. Is he the only receiver that's been taken? No, there was also Jones, but I think it was Campbell that was the other one that, I mean, both of them looked crazy, but I thought Campbell could be available here, but that's fine. He isn't because there is a different, very good receiver. Now, receiver isn't like our biggest need, but it could be a need in the future. Ooh, Johnny Norton looks pretty good. I mean, we don't need another defensive end, but he looks good for whatever that's worth. But I mean, we're going to take him. We're not going to pass up on a top 5 talent that could be a need in the near future, obviously. Could have normal dev because he's a playmaker, but he is the best player in the class. He does not have normal dev. He has hidden. What a pick. Let's go. But all right, round 2. The one guy is gone, but we do need, again, defensive tackle isn't like an immediate major need, but we're playing this for the future. I guess probably the very near future, because as early as next year, both of these guys that we just picked could start. I mean, even as early as this year. We'll see. Probably for the receiver. He will start, but Eric Gardner, 1st to 2nd round talent, we're going to move him to defensive tackle, obviously, so he's going to go up in overall. Elite strength, 40 reps, and a 4.85 at 300 pounds. Insane. Rank 32, that'll go up when we move him. 92 strength, 78 speed, 84 acceleration. That's disgusting. We'll take it. And then round 3, I mean, there's a good corner, but we're gonna go with the middle linebacker. This was my 3rd focus scout. Ooh, this guy also looks pretty solid too. Deshaun Kelly. Deshaun Watson and R. Kelly, I guess. That's tough. But I think I'll just go with Monk. He's faster. Doesn't have as many A ratings, I don't think, but he's guaranteed to be worth it. So, sounds good to me. No reason to risk it. Ranked 37, got him at 80. Hidden dev, he'll start. This is a pretty good draft class. I said that really weird, but whatever. But now I don't really know what else to do. I don't see any of the classic A awareness running backs. They all look kind of horrible, unless they have have like elite change direction. Ooh, oh, there's still a first round talent, or well, first round projected QB available. Sometimes when I get bored and don't know what to do, I just take like the highest projected player on the board. I might do that here, but like what would be the point? I mean, we could trade him if he is decent. I never go for trade bait in franchise. I mean, I don't know what we would get for him, but maybe if he has a good preseason, we'll trade him to a team. I don't know. We shouldn't, but I'm tempted. I mean, I legitimately just don't see anyone else that looks good. Sure, he's probably gonna suck. There's probably a reason he hasn't been picked, but Paul McGuire, welcome to the team. Yeah, he's horrible. Oh, and he doesn't even have hidden dev. Whatever, we got a backup QB, that's fine. This might be the weirdest player profile I've ever seen. Amazing run defender, horrible in coverage, but he can't tackle at all. So he can get there, he can hit you, but if he doesn't pop you, you're probably just gonna break his tackle. That's something. But okay, here's how we did in the draft. John Davidson is an 81 overall. Honestly, I was hoping that would be a little higher with him being, you know, the best player in the class, but I mean, we'll still take that. He'll still be our number 2 receiver, I think. I mean, I want to get him involved a lot. Chris Olave is only playing on the tag, so I mean, if we have to let Olave go for some reason, Davidson could be our number 1. I mean, I think we'll be able to keep Olave, but I'm just saying. But then Gardner, let me see, what is he going to be at defensive tackle? He's a 75 D end. I'm going to guess probably 77, maybe? 78, okay. That's what I was hoping, I just didn't know if he would be. But yeah, insane athlete, as pretty much every defensive lineman is in Madden for some reason, at least the defensive tackles. And then Alani Monk, he is really good, 75 overall in the 3rd round. I mean, he was almost a first round talent. He was what, ranked 37? He'll start. We had some good focus scouts. I mean, good linebacker. I'm assuming the other receiver was good too. Let me see. It was Campbell. Yeah, he was an 80. I mean, both of the other receivers were better than Tavares Jones for the Patriots. That's tough, but I mean, he's still good. But yeah, not the best draft class ever, just nobody that was insanely good, unfortunately, but hey, getting the best one, you're doing pretty good. But okay, here we are heading in to year number 4. We're getting close to having to be the highest overall team in the league. But I mean, it's very possible. We should be able to develop a lot throughout the year. I mean, this is a very young team now. I mean, we have older players like Zadarius Smith. Pete Werner isn't that young anymore. And like, I guess some of our linemen aren't super young anymore, but overall, this team should develop a lot, especially because we have so many rookies starting. I do want to see though, where do we rank as an 85 overall? I would guess we're about mid, and I mean, yeah, we might even be slightly above average. There are lots of 84s and 3s, so I think we are slightly above average in terms of overall. We'll take it. The best team, shockingly I know, looks like the Chiefs as an 88, and the 49ers. That's actually kind of interesting. But I mean, by the end of the year, we could be close. I mean, I don't know how young those teams are. I don't know how much room for development they have, but I would guess we have more. So let's see. Let's get to the midseason point. I don't know if we're gonna do super well this year. I mean, we're due for a classic Madden forced down year, so that could happen, but hopefully not. Let's get to the midseason. Let's see what happens. Okay, no, we're not bad. 4-3. We're like exactly the same as we were last year. We were 4-2, and then we saw if we could hit the breakout and we lost, so we were 4-3. So we're exactly the same. Let's see, are there any issues this year? Because I mean, we should be better than last year. I mean, just our run game is bad on offense, and our defense, it hasn't allowed many points, but it's allowed yards. Those are some pretty good stats, though. Speaking of good stats, Eddie Herrera is just the GOAT, I guess. I don't know. Kendre Miller still isn't great. Ooh, and I wanted Davidson to be the number 1, but he's still doing really well. But the pressure is better this year. Just we're allowing more yards, which at least we're not allowing points, I guess. So, I mean, our defense might regress in the second half of the year. Our offense might even too. I mean, I don't know if 305 passing yards per game is sustainable, but we'll see. But all right. Oh, God. Okay, a lot of big re-signings again. Chris Olave, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Brian Brzee, Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz, Zadarius Smith. Fun. Super fun. Ryan Ramczyk. I guess DJ Reader isn't a starter anymore. That's a lot. But Olave, 6 years, 181. He takes it, thankfully. McKinstry, 5 years. Ooh, that's cheap. For an 85 overall 24-year-old corner, 5 years, 45. Yeah. But Brzee, he's been pretty good. I would go through. Why is Brzee so much more expensive than McKinstry? I'll go 3 years, 42. He takes it. McCoy, he hasn't played great here, but he is almost a 90 overall. He resigns. Ruiz, he had a horrible first year, but has been been good since then, but he's not interested. Or no, he had a horrible second year, I guess, technically. But everyone else, I think we'll worry about at the end of the year because they're older or replaceable or both. But all right, let's just get to the end of the year. And hey, I mean, seeing stats this good makes me pretty hopeful, so we'll see what happens. I say we'll see what happens way too much, but it's kind of what you do in franchise. Okay, we got the 1 seed at 11-6. How bad was the NFC this year? There were 3 9-8 teams in the wild card, and the 49ers were 8-9. What happened? How is the AFC that much better this year? That's crazy. But hey, I mean, our defense wasn't great, but it was better, and we had like one of the best offenses in the league. We'll take that. But Eddie Herrera is just the best football player to ever live. 4,800 yards, 49 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in year 2, 75 completion percentage, 124 passer rating. Unfortunately, Kendre Miller kind of balances that out by being the worst of all time. I don't know. But Chris Olave, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. John Davidson, is that gonna be enough for Offensive Rookie of the Year? I wish their numbers were flipped, man. That's what I wanted to happen, but oh well. We'll see. If not, hopefully he already has a good dev trait. He might. I mean, he was the best player in the class. But Doug McKenzie, he's been really good. Kendre Miller, 700 receiving yards. I mean, I guess this offense is kind of used or built around using Kamara as a receiving back, so I guess we should think about that. But ooh, Fuaga was kind of he's been not great this whole rebuild. Yeah, I mean, sack allowed numbers are just high in Madden, no matter what, but these are pretty high. I almost wonder if we should flip Campbell and Fuaga. We'll see. I mean, maybe. Again, we'll see though. And Ruiz wasn't great at right guard. But Werner, 118 tackles, TFLs 14 for Brzee, 12 for Smith and Hawley, and sacks 12 for Zadarius Smith. Again, I don't know why he's this good in Madden, but he is. It's like we're stuck in 2020 or whatever his prime is. I mean, he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he should be one of the highest sack getters in the game. It's crazy. But 6 for Brzee. Hawley's really disappointed me, man. Only 7 total sacks through 2 full starting years. I don't know, but like, what do we do to upgrade over him? He's like an 83 superstar at only 22. But McKinstry and Adebo, 2 picks, and then 1 for 4 different players. So our edge 2 spot is still a pretty big issue that we might have to solve this offseason. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. But Mahomes wins another MVP. Herrera at number 3 already. Ashton Genty on the Texans? That's crazy. But Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk. Herrera at 2. Darius Davis up there again on the Cowboys. All right, man. There's always a receiver. Usually it's Kyle Phillips. I've also seen Jake Bobo, but that was in a fantasy draft. He had Aaron Rodgers as his QB on the Broncos, and they went crazy for some reason. And Bobby Okereke takes Defensive Player of the Year. This has been I know I say every rebuild is weird, but they're all uniquely weird, I guess. But Zadarius Smith at number 7, sure. John Davidson does win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Thankfully, because number 2 was a Buccaneers player. Always feels good to be on the opposite end of this. Usually we are the team that gets number 2 to a division rival. Lane Ross and Michael Ross. We'll say they're brothers, I guess, even though they don't look that similar. That's interesting. And then any Saints for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Monk at number 10. He's kind of disappointing. I thought he would have a really good year, but whatever. You know who was really disappointing, actually? I don't know how much playing time he got, but I mean, he should have gotten a decent amount. Eric Gardner. Oh no, he did well. 6 TFLs, 4 sacks, 35 tackles, pass deflection, a field goal block. That's interesting. He did well. I'm surprised he wasn't up there. I mean, not that he was crazy statistically, but good. But let me check out the dev traits. I normally do this in the offseason, but whatever. Okay, well, yep, Davidson has X Factor. That's what I figured, so it didn't really matter. I mean, the XP will be nice. His 34 injury for some reason. Okay, I guess that's why he fell to number 16 or wherever we took him, but yeah, he's crazy. And then on defense, Gardner and Monk only have star. I honestly thought, might sound crazy, but I thought Monk was gonna have X Factor. I did. Sometimes I do find like mid-round linebackers that are fast and they'll have like superstar or X Factor, but that's fine. But all right, let's see who we're gonna be taken on in the divisional. We have an offensive coordinator message here. Also, here I was thinking this was going to be a down year. Definitely not. Who will be a secret weapon for us in the playoffs this year? I know how to read. I don't think we'll use any of these 3 players, I'm going to be honest with you, but I guess Rashid Shaheed will probably get the most production. I don't know, dog. Like deep route running, just make that even better? Sure. I never click on those. I see why. But we're going to be playing a division rival at 9-8 in the playoffs. This is a recipe for disaster or whatever. I hate that saying. It's kind of cringe, but Seymour Herrera forecasts air show in New Orleans. What happened to Baker? They have Russell Wilson. Aaron Quentin Seymour. Oh, he's a rookie, and he's already up to an 84. Of course, a division rival will get this player. Oh, was he number 2 for Offensive Rookie of the Year? Surprised he didn't win it with the amount of quarterback bias. I mean, realistically, he probably should. He threw a lot of picks, but he was good. Oh, Baker's on the Seahawks. I mean, I did want the Seahawks to trade for Baker Mayfield, like, before the Bucks got him. He, for some reason, decided to play hurt, so he looked bad for the Browns in his last year, but I figured he would re-break out, so I guess what I wanted eventually happens here, but he's also 32 now, so that's tough. Also, I love when teams do this. The Patriots had Drake May, but they also signed Brock Purdy. That's fun. And they don't even trade Drake May, they just keep him. Like, why do teams never trade their backup QBs away? I'm sure there are teams that would start him. I don't know. Whatever, big yap moment there, but let's see if we can get our first playoff win of the rebuild. We have a much better offense than the Saints, but they have the better defense, or than the Saints, than the Buccaneers. I had the Buccaneers on the mind, my fault. But yeah, they have a better defense than ours, so we'll see what happens here. Oh, they had the second best defense in the league, but they also had one of the worst offenses, so we'll see what happens. Can we move on to the conference championship in only year 4? No. We get upset slightly, I guess, 26-20. Maybe the most, like, predictable loss ever, but I mean, I thought we had a chance. I thought, whatever, it's fine. Let's get into the offseason. But all right, there's the new Cowboys-Chiefs Super Bowl, basically. It's Chiefs-Eagles, and it looks like the Eagles win this one again, 24-21. Unlucky for the Eagles. Oh, did Zadarius Smith retire? Damn it, man, that sucks. Well, we're not gonna have pass rush this year, unless there is a good free agent, but we'll pick up the 5th year for Will Campbell. Crazy we're already here. I'm gonna let Cesar Ruiz go. He really hasn't been that good. Like 6 sacks allowed this year, 8 a couple years ago. I'm good. But I mean, once again, we should have a ton of money. This is really, the cap didn't really get too bad at any point. We just had to get rid of just a ton of older players, but we are managing, I guess. But all right, let's get into free agency once again. And I mean, we're gonna sign some players. Hopefully there's some good ones. If there are, we're gonna go for them. Well, speak of the devil, Drake May finally got let go, and Baker. But man, there still is not a good running back. What if we trade for one? We'll see, but Quentin Nelson is here. I mean, we do need a right guard. I would be cool with 2 years, 52. Like, more than cool with that. If it was a long deal, I wouldn't really want to do it, but 2 years, definitely. Oh yeah, and did we let go of Ryan Ramczyk? Oh, he might have retired, because I didn't see him for re-signings. Unless I just missed him, which maybe. No, it looks like he did retire, so we do need a right tackle. That's a position you don't want to not have. Okay. Well, we might just have to figure that out in the draft. I did set tackle as our focus position, though, so we should be fine. Ooh, okay. I never know what Montez Sweat is going to show up in franchise. Sometimes he averages like 4 sacks a year. Sometimes he averages like 12. I said this in the Bears rebuild I did. So, oh, he's expensive, though. But, I mean, we might have to sign him. He looks like the only good edge rusher here once again. I mean, Bradley Chubb's available. How does he do? Okay. I mean, we could sign him, too, if we wanted. I haven't thought about Brad. I kind of forgot he existed. Probably because he's always hurt, unfortunately, but still. That sounds really rude. I don't really mean that in a rude way, but like, I don't know. Ooh, but we're actually an 88 overall. I don't know how accurate that is, because sometimes if you're missing a position, it'll like just not count it towards the overall for some reason. But man, we are close. What's happening? McIntyre has superstar? See, this is what I thought Monk could be. I thought he could have superstar, but I guess the wrong mid to late round linebacker. I think this guy was an undrafted player though. Oh no, 5th round. Did I pick him? I don't remember. I might have. But anyways, we are super close to our goal. I just don't know how well this team is going to perform. We don't have running back and we don't have pass rush, which are like the 2 most important things in simulation. Let me see. Jalen Warren, not great. Jonathan Brooks, he's horrible in this game, isn't he? I mean, I don't know. He hasn't gotten much of an opportunity. Ray Davis, Will Shipley, I don't know. We might just trade for a running back or draft one. I mean, if there is a crazy good looking one, we could just draft one. But we'll go for these 3 players. We're really trying to upgrade our pass rush, if you couldn't tell. But all right, these 3 players, we should be able to get them. Well, we get Nelson and Sweat. That's good. We're not going to get Chubb. That's fine. And let's see. Let me sign just as insurance. How does Latham do? That's about what I expected. How does, I don't know, Blake Fisher? I'm not that big of a Blake Fisher fan, but he hasn't played. I don't know. He has star dev. He's 25. Sure. Welcome to the team. And this is risky, but oh, you know what I could do, actually? I don't know. What would be better? Should we move Fuaga to left guard and Campbell to left tackle, or keep Fuaga at left tackle and move Campbell to right tackle? I don't know. Maybe Campbell to right tackle. I would feel better having right tackle figured out than right guard. Yeah. Did that make sense? I don't know. I would rather have a right tackle and not have a right guard than have a right guard and not have a right tackle. I mean, I guess it would make more sense to put Campbell at left tackle and Fuaga at right tackle, because Fuaga was a right tackle at Oregon State. So it's risky, but we'll try it. So now we need a right guard, but this O-line on paper is insane. But all right, let's get to the draft. And really, we don't have many needs left. We're gonna need a linebacker soon, so maybe we should draft a linebacker, but that's not really a position that scares me. I don't know. Running back maybe, but we might trade for one. We'll see what happens. But okay, in the draft, this is our worst pick so far, number 28. I feel like the Giants have had a lot of number 1 overall picks. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like I've seen them up there every year. But I'm not fully sure what I'm gonna do in this year's draft. I focus scouted tackles because it was a good class, but I don't know if any of these guys are gonna be available by the time we pick. Maybe Ernie Wall. Let me see. I focus scouted a running back. How good is he? He's good. First round talent, Ballantyne, but I was hoping for top 5. Honestly, he looks like a top 5 talent. I'm kind of surprised he isn't. Maybe he's like 6. Oh, he's not that fast. Okay. I mean, I can almost promise you these two are. Yeah, yeah, probably a top 5 talent. 4.29 speed. That's something. Man, should we trade up for him? He's probably going to go earlier than 22, though. If he's still available by like 20, I might take him, though. He is still available. I think both of the running backs are still available. Yeah, they are. Well, hold on. Maybe one will fall to us. If the Cowboys take one, I'll trade up. They don't. Bears? They don't. Dolphins? They don't. Hold on. One of them might just fall to us. Okay, they both did. Maybe they're not as good as I'm thinking, but I mean, they look pretty good. How does Branson look? What's your speed? Whoa, he might be better. He has horrible juke move, though. That's the only thing, but that's a crazy combine. But all right, I think I'm willing to risk it for Calhoun. I mean, 4.29 speed. Yeah. Is this not the best player in the class? I mean, it might be smarter to go with one of the tackles. Oh, they're gone anyways. Never mind. Yep, that's a no-brainer for me then. Let me make sure yeah, it was Calhoun. Yeah. Well, Andrew Calhoun, left-handed just like me for real, out of Clemson. Yep, 3? Really? A break tackle, a juke move, a spin move, 97 speed is only 3? I mean, still obviously a really good pick, but really? Maybe one of the other ones was better. I don't know. Didn't look like it, though. But all right, round 2, I really don't know what to do here. There is a good corner. I mean, we should take a guard soon, but I mean, I'm not that worried about right guard. I'm not like, that's a position I'm fine with just signing someone out of free agency. I mean, we could take Brandon Murray. We don't really need a corner. It would be safeties. Might have to take one of them later because we will need one in the future. So let's go with Murray. He's decent. This is a fine pick. Rank 59, got him at 60. Definition of fine. And then round 3, Edwards, speed check. Solid speed, great excel. Oh, and all the strong safeties are gone. Okay, well, I guess it's either Edwards or nothing. I mean, we could also take a linebacker. Mike McDonald, the Seahawks head coach. Wish he would get rid of Ryan Grubb, but other than that, good coach. I really don't know what to do here. Maybe we should just go with Edwards, but I mean, linebacker's a bigger immediate need. Well, not really. I don't know. What's McDonald's speed? We could take him. He doesn't look bad. He has elite speed, but only solid acceleration, and he has bad pursuit. Well, not great pursuit or tackling. Just give me the safety. I don't know if he's great either, but he looks pretty good. Okay, he is pretty good. Rank 17. Good call. He's a lot better than I expected. I thought he was going to be ranked like 35 or something. All right, and a linebacker. Man, we're building a really complete team. I'm gonna be honest, I might be already leaning in the direction of the Browns being harder. I know we haven't achieved our goals yet. I'm calling it early, but still. This guy looks interesting, but I feel like pass coverage linebackers are always horrible. He's okay. But all right, let's see how he did. But okay, once again, whoa, okay, this might have been a really good draft class. Calhoun was as good as I expected. I thought he would be around an 83, but an 83 was only the 3rd best player in the class. I don't think it was one of the other running backs, though. That maybe there were like really good guards, but I didn't see any guards. I bet the tackle that went early was one of them that were better, even though I didn't look at him. I know there was a top 5 tackle. I don't know who else, though. That's crazy. But Murray, he's decent, 74 overall, and Edwards, 77. Not going to start this year, but probably will next year, because Howden's like 28. Going to start regressing. Then McLean's solid. The CPU took another linebacker. Yeah, okay. We drafted 3 Clemson players. All right, sure. And then the CPU picked a corner and another running back. Yeah, I love doubling up at 2 positions. Debatably 3 with DB. Thanks, CPU. But all right, who were the better players? Oh, okay. So we did get the best running back, obviously. Not a surprise. But there was an 85 overall outside linebacker. What? This dude has 88 speed, 95 acceleration, 89 finesse, 79 power moves, 88 pursuit before he's even played a snap in the NFL. Okay. And then Luke Younger, the Seahawks get an 83 overall rookie QB. Insane. So I guess Calhoun's like tied for the second best player in the class. But Branson was good. He's an 80. How good was... Okay, Ballantyne was a 78. He was 3rd. But yeah, I mean, we did pretty much as well as we could have. We got the best player that was available to us, and yeah, that's about all we could ask. Was there a better guard, though? I'm curious. Ooh, there was a better center. Ty Stevenson, 76 overall. So I guess that should have been the pick, or Philip Hand, but not far off. We'll take it. Brandon Murray's fine. But okay, here we are heading in to year 5. It's now 2028, and this is the year where we ended up with the highest overall team in the league in the Browns rebuild. We're an 88 overall here. We are close. Let me check real quick. What were we at the start of year 5 in the Browns rebuild? Okay, we were an 89 heading into year 5 in the Browns rebuild. So hey, I mean, this might be the harder rebuild. I know that's close and there's so much like luck that goes into it, but I feel like we've been pretty successful here. Just the defense is holding us back for sure, but I mean, this offense is kind of crazy, so I don't know. So far, it's very close. I do want to see, though, the Chiefs were the best team at a 90 overall by year 5 in the Browns rebuild. Who's the best team here and what's their overall? I would guess it's either the Chiefs or 49ers. Chiefs are a 90. Okay, 49ers are an 89, but it's the same deal, same competition. But I guess what matters is, can we pass up the Chiefs? And let's see, what was our overall? Was it a 90? This fucking clicky clacky keyboard gonna drive me insane. I need a new one so bad. Okay, we were a 91 by the end of the year and we went 14-3. That's a tough goal to hit here, but I mean, it's doable. What I'm scared of, though, is we still haven't had that down year. I know it's coming at some point. I'm just scared it's gonna be this year, especially when we shifted the O-line. I don't know, it's scary. But yeah, I guess I didn't show the team yet. Here's how we're looking. I mean, I did, but I didn't talk about it much. Again, the defense still scares me a little bit, but our offense is very, very good on paper, and we'll see how Calhoun does as a rookie. Tied for the second best player in the class, so should be good, but we'll see. Murray also developed two overall throughout the preseason, so that's cool. Should be a good player, maybe even by the end of the year, but all right, let's get to the midseason point, and we will see how this team does. Even if we can't beat the Browns rebuild in terms of overall, we still could in terms of Super Bowls. So it's not even close to over if we can't get the highest overall team in the league quicker. All right, yep, there's the down year. I knew it was coming. That's a bad time for it. The year where we're trying to tie the Browns rebuild. We are 3-3 and we have a bad offense, but a good defense. Despite having a 91 overall offense and an 87 overall defense. Die. All right. I'm guessing it's a blocking issue. Yep, looks like it. Which lineman is it? Both of our tackles. All right. Well, honestly, I don't really know how fixable that is. I mean, we could switch their sides, I guess, but I don't know, man. I don't know if there's much fixing we could do this year. It just kind of seems like we were doomed to fail. Or is that the saying? I don't know. So it looks like we're not gonna tie the Browns rebuild. So maybe this is truly the hardest. Again, I know there's luck involved, but I feel like we've gotten decently lucky still. It's just, you know, I thought it would be more of a cap issue, but it was more of like a team age, basically having to build the team from scratch because it was so old. That's been more the issue, because like realistically, we don't have that many original Saints players left starting. Just Olave Shaheed, McCoy Fuaga, Werner Howden, Adebo McKinstry, Brzee. We've had to replace a lot of this team, which happens, but still. But there really isn't anyone for us to re-sign. I don't really know if I want Fuaga back. He really has not been that good, even at right tackle. I mean, we could try him at guard, but like we have guards now. I don't know. I don't know if Fuaga's some beloved player by Saints fans. I don't know. Sometimes people don't like when I let players go in rebuilds. I'm just like, it ain't that deep. I don't know. I guess I haven't seen that for a while, but people really used to for some reason. Honestly, I don't know if I want Ezeraku or Fortune back either. I mean, Fortune's been pretty good. Yeah, I mean, he's replaceable, but he's played well. We'll reward him. We have 69 mil left. Nice, but we don't really need Shaheed either. He's 30. He's not interested. That's fine. So, I mean, hopefully we can bounce back, but this is starting to make me think about using a new offensive playbook. Hold on. What did we use in the Browns rebuild if we want to be fair? God, that's going to be so hard to find. Hold on. Okay, I can't find where I changed the playbooks, but I'm assuming it was either the Bills offense or the Bengals offense. I might just run full Bills because I want to keep it fair, and that's probably what I did. So I wanted to give the Saints playbook a chance, but I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping off of it too quick just after one down year, but I guess it's more fair if I use the Bills offensive playbook because that's probably what I used. But all right, let's get to the end of the year. I mean, we still could end up as a 91 overall through development, but it's easier to develop if you do well, obviously, so it's gonna be tough, but it's possible. Okay, well, we do bounce back, but it doesn't really matter. We only end up as an 89 overall despite going 12-5. That's crazy. How did we not develop at all throughout the second half of the year? I'm guessing our rookies just didn't have good dev traits. They didn't. McLean and Calhoun both only had star. McLean, I figured. Calhoun, I'm surprised only had star, though. Murray also only had star. Okay, I guess that'll do it, but I don't know how we didn't develop. That's crazy. So maybe the Saints rebuild is harder, at least for me. I mean, again, we'll see by the end of this how many Super Bowls we end up with. But Herrera, very good year, 4,400 yards, 34 touchdowns, 6 picks. Not as good as last year, but still good. Calhoun was better than Miller did, so we'll take it. Olave, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, almost 1,000 for Davidson and Shaheed. The one thing about this Bills offense is we're not going to use McKenzie as much. He's been really good, though, so that's tough, but whatever. Ooh, okay, we should maybe think about our O-line, though. That didn't work out. This is what I was afraid of. For the playoffs, I think I'll switch Campbell and Fuaga, but I guess next year we'll probably let Fuaga go and then move Campbell to right tackle and find a new left tackle, but that's so much easier said than done. That's like Seahawks fans saying, just get a better quarterback than Geno Smith. Like, okay, and what's your plan? How are you going to do that? I love being a Seahawks fan, if you couldn't already tell. The fans don't drive me insane, but Alani Monk, 120 tackles, TFLs 13 for Montez Sweat, 9 for Brzee, and sacks. Ooh. Okay, this is the Bills defense I know and love. 11.5 for Gardner, 11 for Hawley, and 10 for Sweat. We will take it. Even 6.5 for Brzee. And then interceptions, 2 for Monk, McKinstry, Howden, and Fortune, and then 1 for a few players. Sounds good. But MVP, please, someone other than Patrick Mahomes. Oh my God. Herrera, well, now that I say that, it's going to be Dak next year, if he's still around. I don't know. But Herrera at number 10. Ayuk wins Offensive Player of the Year again. Fun. Herrera at 10. Hutchinson wins Defensive Player of the Year again. It's so repetitive, man. But Luke Younger wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Calhoun at 3. We kind of needed Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he didn't do well enough, to be fair. And then nobody up here for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So good year, but I'm still disappointed. I wish we developed more, and I wish our tackle duo wasn't so bad because it shouldn't have been. But we're obviously not the highest overall team in the league. The Lions are a 90 now. The 49ers are a 91, and the Chiefs are a 90. So the 49ers are the best team now. The Chiefs didn't develop at all. So, I mean, we're close, but we're not there yet. Maybe next year we can be the highest overall team in the league. I mean, we should be. We should still have a good amount of money. I mean, we're still really not paying that many players. We will be soon, but not yet. But we are going to be facing the 8-9 New York Giants in the wild card. My headphones died. That's cool. But yeah, this team isn't great. We should be able to beat them. This is the type of game you lose in simulation, but no, we thankfully win 21-7. We'll take it. But what happens with the Commanders in franchise? They just don't. I mean, it is an older team, but they do not know how to build around Jaden Daniels, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it worked out somehow. They're, in the divisional, but this team sucks. I think this is the lowest overall team in the NFL. I mean, they have former Saint Marshawn Lattimore still, I think. I think I saw him. The Rams are also an 84. The Titans are an 83. That's rough. But all right, this should be an easily winnable game. They're an 84 overall. Okay, we do win 35-17. And in the conference championship, another 9-8 team. I'm sick of it, man. Every year, it's always 9-8 teams. I mean, the AFC, it wasn't the same case. It's 13-4, 12-5. Why are we getting the 9-8 teams, 8-9 teams? Like, what is this? Why is the AFC so much better than the NFC in this rebuild? It's crazy. I mean, that's good for us. Less competition, but it's still weird. But all right, can we beat the Minnesota Vikings and move on to our first Super Bowl? We deserve it. I mean, I guess the Lions deserve it out of any NFC teams. Or no, the 49ers. But out of the, teams we've played, we we deserve to win all these. So can we move on to our first Super Bowl? We do. 25-24. I fully thought we were going to lose. I thought we did lose when I saw this screen, but we are gonna be in the Super Bowl. Now, again, Browns rebuild. We hit a 91 overall in year 5. But also in the Browns rebuild, we didn't win a Super Bowl until year 8. We could still at least beat them, or I guess beat myself. Pause. You know what I'm trying to say. We could still win a Super Bowl quicker. I mean, it's a little bit Mickey Mouse because we're not even close to the highest overall team in the league. We don't really deserve this technically, but still. We have a good roster, so we kind of do. But let's simulate this game out. We'll watch it. We'll see what happens. And let's see if we can already win our first Super Bowl. Hopefully. But all right, it looks like we are in Tampa Bay. So I feel like that would be even better to win a Super Bowl in a division rival stadium. I mean, one of the most interesting stadiums too, with the ship. I don't know, it's weird, but kind of cool. But let's jump to the end of the game. Now that I'm saying all that, I'm jinxing us. We're gonna lose, but let's see what happens. It looks like the Bengals do score first, but we're driving. They scored quick, but we are up 14-10. Lots of scoring. Now 21-10. Now 24-10. I mean, I wish that was a touchdown, but oh, we are running away with this. The Bengals do score in the third, and they're trying to come back. We're trying to choke, but we do hopefully put them away. I keep getting scared, but we already win a Super Bowl. 45-27. We absolutely body the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Again, in Tampa's stadium, in Tampa Bay. The ultimate power move, I guess. So hey, we might not have built a higher overall team quicker, but now let's see how many Super Bowls we can win with this Saints team. But all right, for re-signings, the team is going to start getting expensive. We are going to have the 5th-year option for Eddie Herrera, and it's going to be almost 70 mil a year, or I guess for 1 year. That's tough. Ezuraku will let go. Fuwaga, I actually do think we're gonna let go. I forgot to like flip the tackles for the playoffs, but I mean, apparently it didn't matter. Glad I didn't do that, I guess. But yeah, we'll let our backup safeties go. Rashid Shaheed, Jaden Higgins didn't really develop. So yeah, we don't really lose a whole lot other than Fuwaga. I mean, I do feel kind of bad letting him go, but I don't know. Play better. So yeah, God, it's so risky though. I'll move Campbell to right tackle. I mean, we could even just hope he plays better next year. Yeah, we'll give him another shot. We'll hope it was just an underperformance, but let's get into free agency. And I mean, we still have 86 mil and we just won the Super Bowl. Now, I don't want to go too crazy with contracts here because we're going to end up in the same situation the Saints are in real life. But I mean, thankfully, there really isn't anyone here. All right, cool. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco would be fun, but he's almost 30 and I want to develop our running back. And I just used Pacheco in a rebuild. There isn't really a right tackle I'm crazy about either. Brian O'Neill, he does pretty well. He did really well this last year, but the other 3 has just been not great. Should we just bring Fuwaga back? He's so expensive though. Maybe we'll just draft a tackle. I mean, we could sign Tate Ratledge or Jordan Morgan and move him to right tackle, but we'll just draft one. That'll give us something to draft. Yeah, I mean, I might be boring. It's probably the better strategy once you win a Super Bowl to like go hard to try to win another one, but honestly, there just isn't really anyone here I'm crazy about. Maybe Sebastian Castro, but I don't know. Safety's weird in Madden. It's hard to know if they're actually playing well. But I mean, Driver hasn't been crazy. I'm surprised he got Superstar Dev. He was like fine. Or wait, did he just have it? He might have just had it. I can't remember. But all right, in the draft, we are probably gonna look for a third receiver and a right tackle. Lawson would be he's better at tackle than our current starting right tackle. It doesn't let me put him there. Why not? Oh, he's a starter at fullback. That's interesting. But yeah, let's just get to the draft and we'll see who's available. Why did nobody get scouted this year? What did I do? Oh, I forgot to change it in the midseason. Damn it. All right, whatever. But okay, we obviously pick at number 32 in the draft. The Falcons have the number 1 pick. They go with a receiver that was probably good. You know, I don't really see many busts at receiver early on in the draft. I feel like they're always good. That's kind of interesting. There are some positions that are like clear reaches, but I feel like the top receivers that are projected to go are always really good. Ooh, speaking of really good, Langford and McCain both look crazy. I mean, wish we could get them. Well, one's projected to go at 20. Should we do the same thing we did last year? I'm worried I'm accidentally gonna press like advance to end a draft. Oh, there goes Langford. Okay, I don't think they're gonna last to 20. McCain, oh, he went. Okay, well, never mind. Wait, Bobby Bobby McCain, the safety. That's interesting. But all right, let's see. I focus scouted a couple receivers. It looks like Garrard is the better one. Okay, he's good. First round talent. We'll take him. Where's he projected to go? 107. So we'll take him in the second round. That works. And then I focus scouted a tackle who already got taken. Okay, cool. He was probably good then. I might trade down here. Daniel Davis looks good, but he isn't projected to go until 110. Oh, he looks really, really good. Hold on. We might have found something here. I mean, that would be a harsh transition from center to right tackle, but I mean, there are some guys that can do that. He has the build for it. Craig Wilbin looks good, but we don't need him. This actually looks like a good, like, second round class, like second to third. I see a lot of good players. Oh yeah, whoa, 2 first round talent corners. Okay, I'm trading down. I don't know how far. Let's see, how far down? Davis is 110. Garrard's 107. I mean, we could trade down pretty far. And then we don't really need the corners, but I mean, we'll see. Let's trade down to like late second. I want to be like, I want to look close just so I don't miss anyone that's actually good, but don't really see anyone. Brenner actually looks pretty good, but I don't know. Let's trade down to like pick 20 in the second round. Who has that? The Lions? Sure. All right, we're going to get a third this year and a third next year. That should be perfect. So at 20 in the second round, I guess we'll take Garrard first. I guess it probably doesn't really matter. So Deontay Garrard or Gerard, probably Garrard. Good player. Ranked 22, got him at 52. Honestly, I thought he was going to be a little bit better than that, but he's still good. I mean, 22 is like the last first round talent before it switches over to first to second, I think. Either that or it's 23, but still good. And then Daniel Davis, I'm just thinking he looks really good. I guess I don't know because he isn't scouted, but I'll take him. Oh, all right, what did I miss? What happened? His power must be, they must both be Fs. Damn, that's surprising. I mean, he's an insane athlete. It looks like he has really good ratings. His power must be like 50s. That's like the only thing I could think of, because other than that, he looks great. Well, that's tough. Might have to pick another lineman. Oh, Brenner's still here. I mean, is he gonna suck too? Maybe. Let me check the corners first. Okay, there is still one. I mean, do we need one? Like, is Brenner actually good? He has great strength, but he doesn't even have, oh no, he does have a pass block power for sure, and his finesse isn't as bad, but his pass blocking isn't that good. I don't know, man. This is tough. This is not nearly as good of a draft as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, this year was a little bit unlucky, maybe. Or I'm just bad, I don't know, but we'll take Brenner. Yeah, he also kind of sucks, but he'll probably start because he's already a tackle. Was the corner AJ Thomas? Was that his name? It was. All right, the voices are getting louder. Give me Kelvin Clemens. He looks okay. Ranked 29. Don't know what we're gonna do with him, but I needed to take a good player to make up for the bad picks, all right? But okay, here's how we ended up doing in the draft. I mean, it wasn't a horrible class, not as good as the last couple years have been, but I mean, it was worse, but still, we still got a couple really good picks. Garrard, 76 overall, of course, hidden dev, so I mean, he'll start. Not giving him that number. Rashid Shaheed's number 22, disgusting number. And then Daniel Davis, that's like, this is like one of the most disappointing players I've ever seen. I thought he could be an 80 overall, not even close. He is not even good. I mean, he's not horrible, but like, he's the 56th ranked center. He's barely like second string caliber. And then Mason Brenner, also not great, but I mean, he's gonna have to start, so I'm worried about that, but we'll see what happens. And then Kelvin Clemens, he's good. He was a first round talent, so yeah, that was an interesting draft. I mean, it wasn't even bad, but it wasn't nearly as good as the others. Also took Bird, he's not great. And then the CPU picked another receiver and another DB. I mean, that's fine, but still. Oh, was this just not a good class? Oh, okay. Kind of had those vibes. There was only one 80 plus overall. There was a 78 overall that was a top 5 talent. That's crazy. That makes more sense though. So we really didn't do bad for what we had, I guess. But okay, now heading into year 6, trying to beat the Browns rebuild. I mean, we're still trying to tie the overall, of course, but trying to win more Super Bowls. We already won as many and quicker, but of course, still a few more goals we need to hit. But I mean, this team is, I mean, a little top heavy, but I just say that because we, you know, have a 72 overall starting right tackle. This team's really good, except for the 72 overall starting right tackle. And I mean, the defense still still could be better, but it's good. It plays well. I'm like paranoid I'm gonna forget to start somebody now because, again, you still can't do generate best lineup anymore for some reason, so that's fun. Love that. If there's a way you know how to fix that, let me know. I mean, I guess I could look, but I just never think to for some reason. But all right, we'll have to see how we do. If anything's gonna hinder us, it's probably either gonna be the run game, the blocking, or the pass rush. Just the usual suspects, I guess. But our pass rush was super good last year. You never know, though. It could completely fall off, but we'll see. Let's get to the midseason. I'm thinking we'll have a really good defense, but our offense might be lacking. I don't know, though. We'll see. Oh, wait, and one more thing. I should check. How close are we to the highest overall now? Week 1 of the regular season, we are... Oh, did we tie it? Oh, well, I'm glad I looked. Okay. So I guess we did achieve that goal. We aren't like... Oh, nope, never mind. The Lions are 91. Okay, we're close, though. Damn, the Lions are crazy here. A lot of the time, they kind of fall off in franchise a little bit. I mean, they're good for a while, and then they slowly dip, but still really good here. So we need to catch the Lions, and I want more Super Bowls, so let's see if that'll happen. All right, well, we're 3-3. Again, what's the problem this year? I called it, well, kinda. I mean, we're kind of bad on both sides of the ball. 18th for points per game on offense, 21st on defense. Why? What could possibly be going wrong with this team? This is like damn near the best roster in the league. Herrera's been sacked 12 times, whatever. I mean, Calhoun's doing well. Davidson is doing well. Oh, Eric McCoy just decided to be horrible. Will Campbell also sucks, yet our 72 overall right tackle has only allowed 1 sack. This game makes me a very happy person. I love the realism. Thank you, Madden. Thank you, EA. I definitely don't miss when they had to make good games because they had to compete with 2K. Don't miss that at all. But all right, at least our overall is good, I guess. I mean, I can't bench our linemen. Eric McCoy feels too good to bench. And I mean, I guess we could switch Campbell and Brenner, but that's a big risk to put a 74 overall at left tackle. I mean, we saw the center was like barely backup caliber. What's Brenner ranked? 44, so he's also backup caliber. A little higher, but like, I don't want to mess with that at left tackle. But to be fair, Will Campbell has been bad, so I don't know. I am gonna start Daniel Davis for the rest of the year. Eric McCoy's getting older. Maybe that's too brave, because that could go very poorly, but I mean, we're not good anyways, so. Who do we have to re-sign? Ooh. You're playing like that in a contract year, bud? I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. Are we bad enough to give up on the season? It's only been 6 games. But to be fair, our stats aren't good, and usually you can tell how you're gonna finish based on if your stats are good or not, and they're not. I mean, I don't know. This feels like too good of a team to give up on, but we underperform in classic Madden fashion. At least we won a Super Bowl last year, but we definitely deserve to get close again this year. But I probably want Hawley back. I think he's our leading sack getter this year, and he was really good last year, but of course he isn't interested. But he does re-sign. It was only like 21 mil a year. That's not bad. Matt Driver, I mean, he's developed well, but he hasn't played like insane or anything. He does have 2 picks this year. That's good, but he hasn't gotten that many pass deflections. He only had 2 career picks before this year, so he already tied his career total. I'm gonna make him keep playing for it. And Doug McKenzie isn't interested. I mean, we don't use him as much anymore. We should start being smart about our cap space. We can't pay everybody. I mean, this might be kind of crazy, but what if we hand the reins off to Parker Lawson next year? I know he needs a deal too, but he's like a third of the price of McKenzie. I mean, not actually, but close. He would be if we had to go very player friendly for McKenzie, which we would. Let's re-sign Lawson. I'll go 4 years. No, how about this? I'll start with 3 years, 19, and he does take it. I think that's the plan. God, all of our deals are doing the same year. Why? Kendre Miller's developed well. He just plays like garbage, like I called. Can't say I didn't give him the opportunity. I think I gave him too much of an opportunity. And then Quentin Nelson I'll re-sign, or not. Okay, cool. At least we won a Super Bowl. I'm trying to win more. This is starting to get hard again. I mean, it's not that bad. I'm just being negative. I would set interior O-line as our focus position, but look at those weaknesses. Guess we're going defensive end, even though we don't really need one. Nah, we should still go interior O-line. There might be a good one. Maybe, if we're lucky. But all right, let's get to the end of the year. I'm hoping we bounce back. If not, we might make some tag and trade. I never tag and trade players, but I don't want to keep Will Campbell. I don't want to let him go for free, though. We'll see. Depends if we even have the cap space to do that. We might not. I mean, I was pretty quick to give up on this season. Let's see if we make the playoffs first. Okay, we do. I knew we were gonna finish 9-8. I just didn't think that was gonna be enough to make the playoffs, but it was. It actually looks like we were 9-6 at one point, and then we lost to the Patriots and Bills. I'm sure the Patriots are a great team here. All right, what was the problem? How many times did Herrera get sacked? 37. That is probably 10 too many for the offensive line that's in front of. Well, again, I'll see who allowed those sacks. That's the issue. But Herrera, 4,069, 691 yards, 420 completions. Awesome. Calhoun kind of sucked. Kind of fell off in the second half of the year. But Davidson, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns, 1,000 for Olave, 900 for Garrard as a rookie. Even 860 for McKenzie in probably his final year. Yep, yep. Yeah, what do I even say about that? Our 72 overall right tackle allowed 3 sacks. Our 91 overall left tackle allowed 15. Nothing wrong with Madden NFL 25 football at all. Yippee. I'm losing my mind. Monk with 112 tackles of the team, 15 for Brzee, 13 for Sweat and Hawley. Sacks, 11.5 for Hawley, 10.5 for Gardner, 7.5 for Sweat. Kind of a down year from him, but still okay. But picks, 4 for Monk, 3 for Debo and Driver, 2 for McLean and Fortune, and 1 for a couple players. Our defense put up really good numbers, but it must have allowed a lot of yards. Damn, Fortune, 10 pass deflections. That's cool. But all right, MVP goes to Lamar. Finally, someone other than Mahomes. Matthew Buckner. I saw another Buckner in the draft. I wonder if they'll take him too. Probably. But Amon-Ra St. Brown wins Offensive Player of the Year. Davis again. Herrera at number 8. Wait, was he up there for MVP and I just kind of glossed over him? I feel like he was. He was up there at 9. Did I mention that? I don't know. I'm getting tired, man. Kenneth Grant wins Defensive Player of the Year. That's something. Josh Uche up there? Huh. Alani Monk at 10. Garrard at 4 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I honestly thought he was going to win it. I'm going to be honest. I know I already said honestly, but I'm being honest, I guess. I thought he was going to win it. And Defensive Player of the Year or Rookie of the Year goes to some Eagles player. I feel like we haven't seen many division rival Rookie of the Year awards, which I'm definitely not complaining about because that's usually what every single one of them is, a division rival winning it. Oh yeah, I forgot we're in the playoffs. I keep thinking we're done. I thought we were done at the midseason. I mean, we deserve to be better than this. I am going to bench Will Campbell for Blake Fisher. And Daniel Davis actually did technically do better than McCoy. They allowed the same amount of sacks, but Davis played a lot more snaps, so allowed less sacks per snap, I guess. But all right, I mean, I don't have much faith that we're going to win this game. We deserve to based on overall, but obviously we didn't catch the Lions, so we're still not the highest overall team in the league. The Lions didn't develop, so we could have caught them if we did better, but we didn't. But all right, can we beat the Packers? We have a much better offense and I guess technically slightly a better defense, even though it's the same overall, but it gives us the green box, I guess. Let's see what happens. Top 5 most predictable things of all time. Yeah, big shocker. Damn, Najee and TJ Watt retired for the Steelers. That's tough. Saquon retired. Jalen Ramsey was still on the Dolphins. That's crazy. But we had a Bengals 49ers Super Bowl. The Bengals won it. How many Super Bowls have they been in here? We played them last year. I feel like they were in one other. They beat the Eagles, so they're pretty good here. They have 2 Super Bowl wins. They've been the best team so far. I guess the Chiefs have also won too, but they're always here, so I don't know. But all right, we have the 5th year option for John Davidson, of course, up to a 94 overall X factor at only 24 years old. That's crazy. But all right, Will Campbell, y'all already know the deal. We're gonna offer him neutral just so he can, reject it. That's fine. I'm not gonna tag him yet. We'll re-sign Matt Driver first, I guess. Do we even want him back? How did he do? I know he had 2 picks to start the year. What did he finish with? With 3. He's had no pass deflections though. How long of a deal does he want? 3 years? I mean, that's the rest of the rebuild. That's fine, but we have other... he's a good overall. He has superstar, just his stats aren't that impressive. But he does resign. That's fine. Adebo, we're going to let go. He's 31. I mean, he has done statistically very well, though. Now, we got to bring him back. 3 picks last year. Why am I doing this? Let me just go player friendly. 2 years, 14. He takes it. Cool. And then everyone else... Oh, yeah, Quentin Nelson. He rejected it, though, right? I'd go player friendly 1 year. He takes it. Okay, now, I guess I'll resign Groupie or not. Bradley Pinion, because I don't feel like getting another punter. Cool. But let's tag Will Campbell, 33 mil, and I think we're gonna trade him away. I guess tag and trades don't really happen that much, but oh well. I never do them, so I feel like this is a free pass. I don't know what I would take for him, because he's not under a long deal, but still. Is he worth a second, or is he worth more? I don't know what... I mean, he's literally the best left tackle in the league. Number 1. I'm not just taking a second round pick for him. I know know he's played bad, but that's not my problem. He is the highest overall left tackle in the league. I'm taking a first-round pick, obviously. That's like, I don't know, whoever you think the best tackle is. Jordan Mailata, Tristan Wirfs, Rashawn Slater, whoever. Penei Sewell, but I guess he's a right tackle. Whatever. They're going for a first, at least. Well, speak of the devil, Jordan Mailata's here. Now, he's also kind of turbo-ass in this game. He hasn't been that bad for the most part, but he's slowly creeping up a little bit. Josh Simmons, that would be fun. Very inconsistent. Well, the Ravens run a lot. Speak of the devil again. Jesus Christ, man. What are we doing here? Like, can we please? What is simulation, man? We might just have to draft a left tackle. I mean, that worked out well with the right tackle we drafted somehow. It shouldn't have, but it did. Let me see. Is there anything else I should sign that I'm just, like, forgetting about? Because I might not do anything here. Oh, Brenner has superstar. That's cool. But nah, I mean, there isn't a lot we could upgrade out of free agency. The only thing is, like, maybe another edge rusher because Sweat's regressing and he's 33, but I didn't see one. Not that I looked that hard, but let's see. There's Terrence Bowen. Is he a pass rusher? Yeah. How about Javon Barr? 8.5 sacks this year. Maybe. Chris Braswell. He's usually ass in this game. Yup. Jack Sawyer. No. I mean, Javon Barr, he wants almost 20 mil a year. I'm good on that for like maybe 8 sacks if we're lucky. Okay. I'm good on free agency. We'll try to draft a left tackle, obviously. I mean, we have 2 firsts now. We could even trade up if there's someone good enough. I'll try to do some deep scouting. We'll see what I can find. Okay, I didn't do that deep of scouting, or I didn't go as deep as I thought I would. Pause, but there were actually some decent looking tackles. Unfortunately, the only one who's actually good is BrandonTS. Although Larry Brooks also looks good, but after the center we took last year, I kind of have trust issues. I don't know, but he does look really good. Not the best strength, but I don't know. That's tough. I wish I looked at him, but I didn't even look at him, honestly. But we might have to trade up. We have 16 and 21. We'll see how quickly the tackles go off the board. I mean, there aren't many projected to go that early, so they might go kind of quick if a team's desperate enough. Although none. Okay, there goes Farmer. I'm scared. Okay, we're good. All right, let's take BrandonTS out of Oregon State, another Oregon State tackle. Hopefully this one plays better. I mean, the only issue is we're going to have to move him to left tackle. I am not trusting the other guy at left tackle. Maybe I should over a rookie. Maybe I should. I don't know, just moving linemen a lot of the time makes him play worse. But I mean, he looks really good, first round talent, yeah. Rank 11, got him at 16. Normal dev? I don't think I have ever seen that for a first round tackle. I guess that's what I get for saying we were lucky. Well, that's tough. Oh, Cam Becton, speed check. But I mean, awareness, zone coverage, play rec, and pursuit. Literally checks the 4 boxes. Might have to take him. He might be a top 5 talent. Oh, these linebackers look decent too. Well, at least McKinney does. And Felder. I hardly even know her. All right, let's go with the safety. I feel like I've picked a billion safeties in this rebuild, but we'll pick one more. What does one more hurt? Unless he sucks. Rank number 8, okay. Does have hidden dev. I thought we were gonna get unlucky again, but I mean, if he had better speed, I think he would be the best player in the class. I still thought he almost could be, and he is good. I mean, we might start him over Howden. We'll see. But later round 2, Lionel Godwin looks really good. We don't need a receiver, but looks good. I guess like a 75 or something, so maybe not amazing, but good. I almost feel like I should take another lineman out of fear. I mean, we still can round 3. There'll be some. Is there a pass rusher left? No, these guys are all 340 ends, and these guys don't look that good. I mean, we might need a corner soon. We have so many DBs, though. We can just move one of the safeties to slot corner if we need to. I don't know. Maybe I should trade this down because I feel like I'm going to reach. There just isn't anyone here I think looks great. Matthew Robinson looks pretty good, actually. Sure, I guess. Nope. Okay. Well, I did what I said I shouldn't do, which is take a player with that pick. Unlucky. All right, let's go with Cliff Bass. Looks pretty good. Sure. Almost a first round talent, technically. Oh, and Jamal Offord might suck, but he might have awareness. I don't think he does, though. He doesn't look that good. I mean, we do need a number 2 running back, and he doesn't look bad. Nope, he isn't bad. Okay. Ranked 16, got him at 85. We'll take it. There's a I always hate the 27-year-old quarterback prospects. Sean Short. Definitely not short. He's 6'6", but still. That's like some joke someone would make on, like, draft night. It's like an ESPN ESPN ass joke. I don't know. But all right, just another casual first round talent. But let's get to the end of the draft and we will see how we did. Okay, very good draft. Other than one pick, but Brendan Tate, I wish he had hidden dev. Again, I have never seen a actual good first round talent tackle with normal dev. It's crazy. But I guess we'll keep him at right tackle. I don't know. Nah, we'll move him to left. Our right tackle showed he can be good at right tackle. Why mess with something if it worked? I don't feel great about him at left tackle as a rookie, but we'll see. But Becton, 80 overall. This must have been a good class. 80 overall, and he was only ranked 8. I guess we'll start him. He's only 5'9", but height doesn't really matter here. And then Matthew Robinson, kind of horrible. I thought he would be good, because usually the problem, at least I thought, with the speed rusher defensive tackles I take is they are bad run defenders, but I mean, he had 80 pursuit, 78 tackle. They were both Bs. I guess just his block shedding sucks, and he's not the strongest, but I don't know. I figured he wasn't going to be great, but I thought he was going to be better than that. Then Cliff Bass is good, Jamal Offord good, really good, and Alex Staton also good. So really nice class, even though it kind of didn't feel like it to me for some reason. What did the best players look like though? Oh, just, an 83, 82, 82, 82. Nothing crazy. This was a disgusting corner class. 5 at an 80 plus overall. That's crazy. But okay, we have a weird team heading into year, what is it now, 7? I don't know why I didn't mean to click him. Yeah, year 7. So I'm still worried about our offensive line, but Jordan Mailata just went unsigned for some reason. He's a 91 overall, right? I don't even know if I want to start him though, because he is so bad in this game. It might be crazy to start a rookie over the highest overall tackle in the league, but that's the situation we're in. I don't know if Brenner's gonna be good. We have a new tight end that we've had but hasn't played. I feel like we've had the exact same team for 4 years now, but we haven't. But it's kind of felt the same. Just still scared of our O-line. Our running game still isn't great. On our pass rush is better now. We're a little bit stagnant, but still really good. It's just, can we actually do as well as we should? Oh yeah, also, should we start Staton? I mean, he's only 3 overall lower than Garrard, and he could have a really good dev trait. I might, just for fun. Why not? I mean, Garrard's slightly better, but we'll take a risk there, I guess. Not much of a risk though. Very low risk, high reward type situation if he does have superstar. Speaking of superstars, we are getting a few more, superstar devs on defense. Hopefully Becton has one, but I don't know. He might not. He should develop at least, because he's only 21, already an 80 overall. But man, this is... I have no idea. If there's been any team ever where I'm we might be the best team in the league, we might miss the playoffs, this might be it. We have such good players, but also such big question marks at important positions. So all right, let's get to the midseason. Enough rambling. Hopefully we don't suck, but we might. We really haven't been amazing at any midseason though. We deserve it, but it hasn't happened. Ooh, wait, hold on though. The Seahawks and the Ravens. Okay, I was gonna say, are we the highest overall team? We are close. We are right there. But okay, again, let's get to the midseason. Just had to check that. Okay, good. Finally. I was just saying we haven't been truly great at any midseason, but we are 6-1. We'll take it. Now, unfortunately, we have some big re-signings this year though. Eddie Herrera, Eric Gardner, who I hadn't noticed has developed pretty well. Up to an 89, the 8th ranked defensive tackle in the league. That's cool. Also, Alani Monk. I kind of want Braylon McIntyre back. If I'm gonna re-sign him, I should re-sign him now while he's still super cheap. Does re-sign. And then I guess we'll re-sign Herrera right now. Again, sometimes I don't like re-signing players at the midseason because I have a theory that it makes them do worse in the second half of the year, but I don't know. We'll go 6 years, 430 mil. How about neutral, but 6 years? 6 years, 347. Okay, he takes it. Neutral to player friendly is a pretty big difference there. But all right, Eric Gardner will bring back 3 years, whatever it is, that's fine. Alani Monk, 5 years, 50 something mil, sure. I'm just handing out money here, I guess. Brian Berzee, I want to keep him because he's an original player on this team, but he's been pretty good. He's getting older-ish, but I'd go 3 years, 36. He takes it, cool. Keeping the team together. But Jordan Mailata, probably not. I mean, we're not even going to use him, which is crazy. Quentin Nelson, he really hasn't been that great for us, and he's 34. Eric McCoy, kind of the same deal. I mean, he's been good for the most part, but he's had a couple rough-ish years. One bad one, but a couple meh ones. We'll see, though. Montez Sweat. God, even the players that we signed because they were younger are starting to get older now. I mean, they weren't super young when we signed them, but, like, still, we're really getting deep in this. But all right, let me check the stats just to make sure everything's going well. I mean, I think it is because we're 6-1. God, we need a new running back. I'm going to sign one this offseason. Like, again, the only running backs that do well are, like, the top current running backs, and that's it. And I guess Ashton Genty here, and Caleb Johnson, too. But, like, these guys aren't doing well. Pacheco's doing well because he's a real-life good current running back. Johnny Madden isn't doing well. Kendre Miller isn't doing well, despite being a good overall, of course. Like, look at these yards per carry numbers. Even Jahmyr Gibbs isn't doing that well. Interesting. Like, I don't know, man. But all right, let's get to the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. All right, we finish 13-4 in year 7, and we got another first round bye. Eddie Herrera is a monster. I mean, in both of these rebuilds, this one in the Browns, we have found a QB that did really well. Last one, it was Cam Ward. This one, Eddie Herrera, 5,100 yards, 45 touchdowns, only 8 picks. Insane numbers. Calhoun kind of bounced back, 900 yards, 4 per carry. Like, that's not great, but I don't really know that we could upgrade over him in terms of production. But John Davidson, almost 1,400 yards, 19 touchdowns. What a pick he was. I mean, we got him at what, 16? Yeah, 16, and he's been like one of the best receivers in the league. I guess that's not that crazy, but still. Ooh, and Alex Staten was actually our number 2 receiver. I'm okay with that. We'll see if he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. But Brennan Tate wasn't great, but the rest of the line was. I still don't know how Brenner has been like the best performing lineman we've had in this rebuild. At least he's good now, but he wasn't to begin with. But Monk, 105 tackles of the team. We had a lot of TFLs and sacks. 10.5 for Sweat, 10 for Hawley. I'm a little disappointed by that, but I mean, 10's still good. I was hoping he could hit like that next level and get like 16 or something, but I mean, I won't complain about 10 sacks. 8 for Gardner, only 3.5 for Brzee though, but picks. 4 for Adebo and McKinstry, 2 for Monk, McLean, Becton as a rookie, and Fortune, and then 2 for a couple players. Lots of numbers on defense again. But Lamar wins MVP again. Herrera at 3. How do you not win MVP with a season like this? That's crazy. I mean, I feel like statistically, Herrera was definitely better than Mahomes, at least. But how about Lamar? I mean, only 3,900 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 6 picks. Oh, he had 15 rushing touchdowns. Okay, sure, I guess, but I don't know. But Herrera wins Offensive Player of the Year, but not... That's weird. Davidson at 2, sure. I feel like if anything, Herrera should have won MVP, and Lamar should have won... Well, I guess that would have been AFC. Oh, he did win that. Okay. Well, I don't know then. Davidson at 2. Hawley at 8 for Defensive Player of the Year. I love this game. Alex Staten at 2. For Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's fun. Won't get a dev trait now. Offered at 7. Rutherford at 10. I definitely know who that is. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, Becton at 5. Sure. But okay, we are now up to a 91 overall. The Seahawks have a 91. The Ravens have a 91. The Lions have a 91. But I think we are finally tied as the highest overall team. It took until the end of year 7, but we finally did it. It took forever, but we did it. I guess better late than never. So I mean, based off of that, this might be the harder rebuild. I mean, again, there's more that goes into it than just that, but still. But we are going to be facing the Green Bay Packers in the divisional. Isn't that who took us out last year? I know we played them. Was it last year? I can't remember if we won that game or not. I don't think we did, but I mean, maybe. But we're going for the second Super Bowl of this rebuild, trying to beat the Browns rebuild in that sense to prove, I guess, this isn't the harder rebuild. I don't know. Again, let me know if you think there is an even harder one. I guess maybe the Titans, they don't exactly develop well. But all right, can we beat the Packers in the divisional? We do. 42-31. This offense is crazy. Is it the highest overall offense? I think I saw another 93. Yeah, the Ravens have a 93, but I think it's at least tied for it. Never mind, the Chiefs have a 95. Okay, my fault. But all right, can we beat the 8-9 Philadelphia Eagles in the conference championship and move on to another Super Bowl? We deserve to win this game, and we do. Okay, good. 31-21. Now, this is like the most important game of the rebuild, or I guess second to winning our first Super Bowl, but it's still up there. And we are going to be facing the Jacksonville Jaguars at an 87 overall. 87. Are they like the lowest overall team in the league? No, it's still the Titans. Poor Titans, man. But I mean, they're down down there. Still, the Commanders are in 86, but they're like tied for 3rd worst, and they're in the Super Bowl. Overall doesn't matter, and it should. But all right, give me that sweet, juicy +1 pass blocking, super important. But we'll watch this simulate. They don't even have 3 X factors. That's sad. We're gonna lose this game. I'm saying too much how not great they are. That doesn't bode well. But all right, where is this game at? Is this a home game? No, we're in San Francisco. Unlucky. But let's jump to the end of the game. Can we win our 2nd Super Bowl of the rebuild? We go up early 3-0, but they do get a touchdown. And they're gonna take a big lead early. We're trying, but our defense cannot stop anything right now, unfortunately. We are down 27, now 34-17. Yeah, this one, it might be GG's on this one, unfortunately. Although we're driving and our offense just can't score. It finally did, but it was too little too late. As we we lose in the Super Bowl to the 3rd worst overall team in the league. Love that. But all right, we don't have too many re-signings left. Andrew Calhoun, I don't know. That's not that expensive of a 5th year. That's fine. It's only 10 mil. But Jordan Mailata will let go. Erica McCoy was actually pretty good, right? Yeah, he was solid, but now that we're paying a QB, I don't know if we can really afford to pay a 34-year-old. I mean, it would only be a 1-year deal. We also have to re-sign Montez. I mean, I would rather have Montez Sweat with how he's still playing. He takes it. Cool. But, I mean, if there's some good free agents this year, I might have to restructure some deals. Let me get a little peek first. Let me get a sneak peek, I guess. Is there anyone good? Oh, yeah? Do we actually need any of these players, though? Like, defensive tackle isn't that much of a need. Linebacker? I mean, what would I look for here? What should I be looking for? Probably a running back. Oh, Quentin Nelson retired. Okay, maybe a lineman. But I mean, other than that, we're like fine at linebacker. We're fine at pretty much everything. Also, Adebo and Driver went up to X Factor. But I mean, maybe a corner. Adebo's played so well, though. We still don't need to replace him, even though his overall isn't great. I mean, Dion Little looks pretty good, though, and he's not that expensive. Doesn't play as well, but I mean, he can be our 2 and then Adebo can be our 3. I think he's the only player I would sign, so let me just restructure like 1 deal. If someone has a big offer for him, okay, that was us. That scared me. So I mean, I wouldn't complain about another X Factor. That'd be pretty nice. He takes the offer he's less interested in for some reason, because that makes sense. I, too, love doing the thing I want to do less for no reason. Why is Brian Robinson regressing? Why is he a 64 overall? Ouch. Do I need to lower, like, regression? I mean, I have it lowered. That's rough. But all right, let me sign. Nope, Marion signed too. All right, well, I want to do something. Burrow, Tavares Burrow, he looks pretty good. And should we sign a lineman or should we just draft one? There's Jake Slaughter that I had to spell wrong because the game doesn't let you type Slaughter, even though that's a pretty, like, not common last name, but it is one. Sure, why not? It would bother me to have him on the team because his name's spelled wrong, but like, whatever. We get Burrow. And does Slaughter want to sign? Okay, he finally does. So, hey, I mean, that patches our needs up pretty quick. The brief needs we had. But let's get to the draft, and I guess we're at the point with our roster where we can just, like, draft for the future. Like, we're not really gonna get any immediate starters. Kind of crazy. But okay, in the draft, we pick at number 31, and here's my idea. So if we look at the deals that are gonna be coming up this year, we'll bring back John Davidson. I mean, we'll tag him if we have to. I don't know how much cap we're gonna have, but hopefully enough. But it looks like Paulson Adebo, Jose McLean, Christopher Edwards, who's a backup, O'Donnell Fortune, Montez Sweat, and Brandon Murray are all going to be due for deals. And I don't know who we're going to be able to bring back, so we're going to look to draft either a corner, a guard, or a D-end here. Depends on who's available. I mostly focus scouted defensive ends because we already had some guards and corners scouted. Ooh, this guy looks good. Kevin Barden. We could take him round 2. Donald Frazier looks good too. Ooh, there's a top 5 talent. 2 top 5 talents projected to go around 25, but I don't know if I want to trade up or anything. I don't know. I'm undecided. That would be kind of worth it. We could get a defensive end round 2 or just take one next year. Okay, let me do the classic. When one of these two go, I'll trade up. Unless they go like super high. I've been trading up a lot in the, well, no, I've been prepared to trade up a lot, but we really haven't had to. I'm so worried I'm going to accidentally do this and hit end of draft. I wish you could pick a specific pick to simulate too. Oh, I thought I just did it. That scared me. Okay, they're both still available. Okay, there goes one of them. No, that's a left guard. No way they're gonna fall to us again. Okay, there goes one. So we'll trade up barely with the Eagles. Damn, Hightower looked ridiculous. He might have been the best player in the class. I saw the little thing pop up in the top right that's like, this is what you missed out on, buddy. Thanks. This guy looks good. He's gonna be ranked 5 though, unless some of those ratings are like 95s or something. Again, they need A pluses. All right, I'm flipping our 3rd for a 5th to move up from 31 to 29. I don't know what the point of me getting a 5th is. There are never any decent play. Well, there are sometimes okay players in the 5th round, but I'm usually done picking by that point. But we'll take Beckford. Again, I think he's the 5th best player, but I'll still take that. All right, never mind. Again, we need A pluses, please. He must have like 95 impact block, 85 awareness or something crazy, because his combine wasn't that insane or anything. I mean, he's fast, but I've seen way faster. But hey, we'll take that. I don't know why I'm complaining about getting the best player in the class. And then round 2, is the DN still here? He is, okay. Is the corner still here? No. There's a good safety. We're gonna need one soon, but I'd rather have the defensive end. Maybe. Wait, it just showed him with a different face. Where did this face come from? Okay, sure. But 1st to 2nd round talent, we'll take him. Cordell Hopkins out of Kansas State. He's decent. Does have hidden dev though, surprisingly. Just when I was saying, normally like mid-round defensive ends have normal dev. I think both that we've taken have had hidden. That's interesting. But end of round 4, I don't think there's gonna be anyone good left, but we might as well check. Safeties? No. I mean, sometimes the run support guys are pretty good, but he doesn't look that good. A awareness running backs? No. Gotta check all my boxes. Ooh, Juan Fields, projected to go undrafted, but I wouldn't mind taking him here. Has a couple F ratings, but some good ratings. Ooh, no A awareness blocking tight ends. That's tough. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm glad I looked. 1st to 2nd round talent center, James Dodson. I'll take him. Ranked 30. He's a 1st round talent. Got him at 127 normal dev, but I mean, we'll still take that. And then our 5th round pick, maybe maybe this was worth it. Juan Fields looks pretty good. Ranked 58, picked at 130. We'll take that. These picks don't really matter, but you know what? We're finding decent players. I'll take the scraps when we can get them. I mean, who knows? If we lose enough players this year, these guys could end up starting, unfortunately. Michael Jordan, okay. He does have elite strength. He's okay. And okay, I think everyone else is horrible. Ooh, no. Rare L blocking tight end, D impact block, I'm good. I don't know why I feel like making every pick, but I do. Let's go with who's a fast receiver. Justin McAllister looks pretty bad, but he's athletic. Okay, he sucks. All right, I'm done picking. But okay, here is how we did in the draft. Keith Beckford is an 84 overall. Actually, the thing that carries him isn't his impact blocking. That's usually what it is. He's just a, like, insane pass blocker, so I can't wait for him to allow 8 sacks at right guard. That'll be fun. I genuinely feel like the good pass blockers in this game are always the worst performing pass blockers. I love it. And then Cordell Hopkins, honestly, I thought he would be a 75 because that's what most power rusher DNs are, but 74, close enough. He'll be probably a starter next year, maybe. And then James Dodson, I just dropped a water bottle. I feel like I always smack stuff off my desk when I'm recording. I don't know why. But he's good. And Juan Fields, also decent. I mean, we got unlucky with dev traits, but it could be worse. And the CPU picked a random strong arm QB. Don't know what we're going to do with this guy, but sure. I guess we didn't have a backup QB, so whatever. But let's get into year number 8. Coming down to the end here, we still need to win our 2nd Super Bowl. So let's hope that can happen this year before the team falls apart. It's getting tense here. It's getting intense, I guess. But okay, here we are heading into year 8, up to a 91 overall. Now, super quick, gotta check where that ranks. Are we like separated as the best now? I hope so. We might be. I'm sure there's just gonna be one team that's close. Not the Chiefs. The Chiefs aren't even like overall wise that good anymore. I don't think I've ever seen them start to fall off. At least it's super rare. But okay, we are separated as the highest overall. It looks like number 2 is the Ravens at a 90. Interesting. Looks like they have a really good tight end and running back. I kind of want to check them out just for fun. Tyrell Peppers, 96 overall, only 25-year-old tight end. He's only 2nd though. Who's the better tight end? I was gonna say it's probably Trey McBride. He was like I guess it also could have been Brock Bowers, but he hasn't passed him. The Browns also have a good one. McKenzie's one of the best. That's unfortunate. unfortunate. Let's see, Colston Loveland up there, Harold Fannin Jr. Yeah, this is a good team too, but I guess we are slightly better. So we should be able to win the Super Bowl this year. Our defense still hasn't been as good as our offense at any point, but it is a good one now at an 89 overall. Surprisingly though, we don't have any 99 overalls. I mean, we might by the end of the year, but both Herrera and Davidson are only 98s, but I think they are going to hit 99s this season. Davidson definitely will. Unfortunately, we're going to have to pay him this year, but he's definitely worth paying. But all right, let's get to the mid-season point. Oh yeah, also I signed Jordan Mailata again. I guess if Tate or Brenner struggle, we can try him. But yeah, let's get to the mid-season and we'll see what happens. But okay, we are 4-2 at the mid-season. Were we 6-1 last year? I think we were. I mean, it's our offense, man. Why has our offense struggled recently? What's happening? I mean, it hasn't struggled that bad, but it hasn't been nearly as good as it should be. Oh, Brendan Tate sucks for no reason, just out of nowhere. That's about right for Madden. All right, well, that's an easy fix. That's why I signed Jordan Mailata again. I don't know why he's not getting signed by another team. He's a 91 overall. I know overalls are higher here, but still, he's ranked. He's still the #1 ranked left tackle in the league. How is he not getting signed? Maybe in the second half of the year, he'll show us why he's not getting signed. Hopefully not, but all right, who do we have to re-sign? Of course, John Davidson, who we can't afford. Brandon Murray, Jose McLean, Christopher Edwards. I know I already checked this, but I need to remind myself. Paulson Adebo, this is probably his last year here unless he just has another monster season. Not doing crazy so far. Montez Sweat, we'll see. But yeah, we can't really re-sign anyone yet. I mean, I could offer Davidson like player friendly, but he's obviously, or team friendly, but he's obviously not going to take this. He doesn't. I don't know if I've ever seen a player take team friendly. I mean, I guess I don't try that much, but still. So, all right, we'll get that figured out at the end of the year. We should be able to restructure a bunch of deals, so we might even be able to get everybody back. I'm honestly a little concerned that we didn't have like negative cap space to start out the year. That means it's going to be really bad at some point soon. I don't know, maybe I just set every deal to expire just the right way where we're not screwed at any point. I don't know, we'll see. But let's get to the end of the year. Didn't the Saints just beat the Jags 14-11? Or no, it was the Giants, right? That's weird. But yeah, let's get to the end of the year and we will hope that we make the playoffs, but we should. We have the best defense in the league. We should. I hope. Okay, well, actually, before I show how we ended up doing in year number 8, if you've made it this far and you haven't left a like on the video, be sure to, do that. It sounds stupid, but it really does help out the channel, and it'll let me know y'all want to see another one of these. Again, whatever the most liked suggestion is in the comments, I will do that team if this video gets 2,500 likes. I feel like that's a fair goal. And again, be sure to subscribe if you've enjoyed this, because this is what most of my videos are like, literally all of them, pretty much. And be sure to let me know what team I should do that you think could be the hardest, of course. But at the end of the year, we are up to a 93 overall. We have a 95 offense and a 91 defense. We might even have the best defense in the league at this point. I might have to check again. I would definitely say we have the best offense, though. Well, the Ravens was pretty good too, but I'll check. But in year number 8, we finished 12-5 and we made the playoffs, thankfully. We should have been slightly better, but we were good at least. I also, again, think it was at the mid-season, I think we just had a high-rated offense and a high-rated defense and a low-rated offense because we had only played 6 games, and it's stupid, so it doesn't actually show the, yards per game. It shows the yards per week, including the bye week, so it showed everything lower than it actually was, which is fun. Love how nothing works in this game. But Eddie Herrera, 4,800 yards, 46 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, 76 completion percentage, but he was sacked 41 times? Okay, well, I was saying Jordan Mailata is going to show us why he shouldn't be starting. Hopefully that's not what happened. Well, hopefully it is, so we can just put him back on the bench. But Andrew Calhoun, he's a good overall player, but overall doesn't mean anything. He's a top 7 running back, but isn't actually that good. But John Davidson, 1,500 yards and 21 receiving touchdowns. 1,000 for Staten, 960 for Olave, which, by the way, let me check. Look at his numbers, dude. That's crazy. I'll check his, career totals and everything in a second, just in case we do let him go soon. But, Mailata wasn't great, but he was, I guess, slightly better than Tate. They did about the same. Beckford, I called it. 7 sacks allowed, even though he's a pass protector. Shocker. Well, I guessed what? 8? Pretty close guess. And then Monk, 106 tackles, TFLs, 17 for Hawley led the team, and 11 sacks for both Hawley and Gardner. 7 for Sweat. He's still been okay. He's definitely fallen off, but still. And then picks 3 3 for McLean in probably his final year here, maybe. Also 3 for Monk and Driver, 2 for Burrow and Becton, and then 1 for a few players. So, good year. But Eddie Herrera finally wins an MVP. That's his first, right? I think. I know he's been close. I think he won an Offensive Player of the Year, right? Or something weird like that. But we get cucked for Offensive Player of the Year. Puka Nacua wins it. He's probably pretty old at this point. John Davidson at 2. Eddie Herrera at 4. Did I miss someone? No, I thought I read Saint somewhere else. I don't know. But this Cameron Holt guy has been insane for the Vikings. I think he's a 99 overall. They also have Walter Nolan. That's fun. That's a crazy D-line. But Christian Hawley at 6, Eric Gardner at 9, nice. A division rival wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, unlucky. And then nobody up here for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So, good year. Again, we should have been a little better, but it is what it is. At least we didn't miss the playoffs like I thought we could. But it looks like we do have the highest overall offense. The Chiefs are back up to a 92. The Texans have a 93, and same with the Ravens. But there are some good defenses. The Raiders have a 92. Same with the Cowboys. So we don't have the best defense, but it's close. But we are going to be taking on the Eagles in Philadelphia. But, I mean, we should still be able to win this game. We have a much better offense. We're a 4 overall better team. They did have the better defense than us, at least in terms of performance, but I guess ours is slightly a better overall. Oh, did we go on a big losing streak? I bet you we did, because I see we won the last 2. No, I mean, we lost a couple in a row, but wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, our last loss was down here, I was going to say. We went on a big win streak. We ended up going 8-2 at the end of the year. So we should be able to win this game. I hope. We deserve it. I mean, what else could I really do to this team? What more is there to do? I guess maybe a better run D, but like how? What can I do on paper to this team to make the run defense better? It should be one of the best. I don't know. But can we beat the Eagles in the wild card here? I don't have a good feeling. Okay, we do. Whenever I have a bad feeling, we lose. Or no, we win. So I guess my gut feeling is always wrong, which is a good thing sometimes. But we are going to be facing the Minnesota Vikings. These two teams have an interesting playoff history, I guess. But we are even better than the Vikings than we were compared to the Eagles. They're only an 88 overall. But they had the best defense in the league, of course. Again, sometimes the Bills' defense is a little hit or miss. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as it should have been. Or at least theirs was better than it should have been. But all right, this, again, should be a winnable game. Let's see if we can beat the Vikings. We do, 31-24, and we are gonna be in the conference championship again. We have I never click these. These aren't worth it. I don't know why I clicked it. I shouldn't have. Actually, no, this will be the plus something D-line boost. The +5 power moves I always go with. Should I go? Yeah, our rush ends are all power, so I'll give them +5 power moves, I think it is. Looking pretty good now. But all right, still trying to win that second Super Bowl. So can we get back there in 2031? Can we beat the Rams? We do. Okay, good. I thought we lost for a second. And it looks like we are gonna be facing the 8-9 Jacksonville Jaguars again. Is that what their record was last time? Wait, did that say they were a 4 seed? I beg your pardon? Or, oh yeah, I guess that's just how seeding works because they were a division winner. I don't know how they won their division at 8-9, but sure, nothing new. Should we jump into this one? I guess we should. It's still important. We need a second Super Bowl. What am I trying to press? Where is it? League history. That's what I need. Wait, oh, I thought I like spoiled this year. I was confused. I forgot it was just I thought it was a couple years ago at this point, but no, this is a rematch of last season. But we have a press conference thing, the whole +1 pass blocking, super exciting. But all right, let's jump in here. We will watch it simulate once again. We need that second ring. They have Dexter Lawrence? Did they have him last time? I can't remember, but that's crazy. But all right, here we go in the Super Bowl. What is this at this point? Like 65 or something? I don't know. 65 or 6 maybe. Where is this one at? What stadium is this? I'm always looking for the home game. It's AT&T. Unlucky, but I guess that's close. But the Jags unfortunately score first. We kick a field goal, but they are going to get another touchdown. We are down 14, now 21-10. They're driving again. We just cannot beat the Jags in the Super Bowl. We are going to lose back-to-back to the Jacksonville Jaguars. You hate to see it, man. They put up the exact same score too, 37 points. That was quick. We just need one more. Count them, one more. But all right, for re-signings, let's restructure everything everything. I don't like doing that because it definitely can screw you over in the future, but we might need it right now. Damn, Alani Monk has become pretty good. I didn't really expect that. He was just kind of a random pick, but I mean, that's what happens a lot, but still. A lot of players I don't really expect become good. But all right, we should have money now, up to 59 mil. So we will offer John Davidson neutral, but I will up it a tiny bit just to like guarantee it, and he does take it. And then Brandon Murray, how's he done? Oh, actually really well. Okay. I'll go, how about I do the same thing, up it a little bit. I don't want to go full player friendly, but he takes that. Cool. Ooh, and we're like out of money already. Those two were expensive, but we don't really need Edwards. He's a backup. Fortune's a backup. Well, he could be a starter if we re-signed him, but he's 30. Oh, it looks like Paulson Adebo retired, and I also saw Montez Sweat retired. I'm a little less disappointed about that one. He was slowing down for sure. I wish I checked their career stats first, but whatever. But Chris Olave's up to 10,000 receiving yards, almost 11. Hawley up to 51 sacks, 45 for Gardner, 38 for Brzee. Good amount of picks overall. But all right, let me restructure those two deals. Davidson, that'll save 13 mil. We're really asking for no cap space in the future. We're pushing everything back. I mean, this is what got the Saints in this situation to begin with, but at least we're winning Super Bowls here, or at least trying to win multiple. Oh, McLean, I forgot how good he was. Okay, we need him back. I mean, he's expensive and he's not interested. He doesn't take it. The tag is not going to be cheap. 25 mil. I mean, do I think we could get him back in free agency? I think I'm willing to risk it. I mean, if we don't get him back, at least that would give us something to draft. Nah, but I mean, we do need to draft an edge rusher too. I wish you could like do the whole thing in real life where you tag someone just to keep them and then you extend them. You just use it as like an extended contract negotiation, basically. We'll tag him though. That's fine. If we just let him hit free agency, A, we might not get him back, and B, it's not like we would really be able to sign anyone else anyways. So let's get to the draft. We're out of money. And again, we actually have some work to do this year. A little bit. But okay, we pick at number 32 in the draft. The Falcons have the number 1 pick again, but there really isn't a lot left at this point. Even like when I was focus scout or just, you know, doing the private workouts or whatever they're called, I couldn't really find many players. I mean, we need a pass rusher, but there just isn't a good one. I mean, that's why we drafted Hopkins. Also, he has superstar dev. Well, we don't need to do that. I don't know if he'll do well, but he's gonna develop. But yeah, other than that, there just really isn't. I mean, maybe a tackle. I don't know if drafting a tackle is gonna save us, though. We could, just in case. We maybe need a safety. I moved Driver to corner. He can be our slot corner, or I can put him back at safety if I do find a good enough corner here. Carlos Pierre looks pretty good. A-zone, great speed, elite excel. I wish he had better agility, but I mean, he looks pretty good. There's also Randy Donaldson, first to second round talent. Let me see the lineman, just in case. Fowler looks good, but then again, who knows? Another Brenner. Why? David Brenner. But I guess I'll just take a chance on Pierre. He might not be that good, but he looks pretty good. Nope, rank 9. He's very good. Normal dev, of course. Damn, that kind of sucks. Unless this is a really strong class and he's like a 79. I don't know, we'll see. He might start, but the normal dev isn't great. And let's see, I feel like I should take a pass rusher just for depth, but as I always say, if you're not taking one in the first or early second, you're not getting one, which is really stupid. But let's see, I might just draft for the future again. We're not going to get any starters here anymore. Calhoun, I didn't see a great running back. McKinstry and Driver are going to be due for deals. Parker Lawson. Oh, wow, there are a lot. Mason Brenner, Jose McLean, and Mark Bird, and Kelvin Clemens, and Deontay Garrard. Okay, this is where all of our deals are going to be due. So I might take Donaldson because I don't know, we do have a lot of secondary players, but 3 of them are going to be due for deals this year. Let's go with Donaldson. He's worth it. Ranked 33, got him at 63. Does have hidden dev. Sounds good. Probably like a 75 or 6. Where did the background go? And then let's see. Maybe a guard. Brian McKee. He doesn't look great. He looks okay, though. Yeah, rank 104. That's better than I expected, honestly. I guess we'll take it. And then let's take a running back. There's Lloyd Huggins I thought looked good, but he's kind of slow. Okay, Jamie Davis is also slow. All right, well, Huggins looked better with some of his ratings, so we'll take him. He has hidden dev at least. Okay, cool. But hey, once again, we did pretty well. Pierre, 78. Donaldson, 75. And then McKee and Huggins are okay. Ooh, there were some really good players that went early. 83 overall, Christopher Jones. Browns, a corner to the Colts, and an 83 running back. It's always corner and running back and receiver, and sometimes QB. I guess sometimes safety too. I guess sometimes guard too. I guess sometimes every position. But all right, coming down to the end here, let's get into year 9, and it's getting close. I want that second Super Bowl win. We've achieved everything. We got the highest overall team, which we've had, 1 Super Bowl win. We just need to achieve the 3rd goal, which is more than the Browns rebuild, to fully prove that this one's easier, I guess? Debatable. But okay, here's a look at the team heading into year 9. We are up to a 93 overall. This is the best team we've had so far, especially heading into a season. And I mean, like last year should have been, this should be a Super Bowl winning year. We deserve a second win. We have a 95 overall offense, a 91 defense. I think the most interesting player on the team is probably Cordell Hopkins. I mean, we need him to do well. And I mean, if he does, he could be a really good overall by just the end of this year. So, I mean, this team could be a 95 by the end of the year if we're lucky, or better if we're really lucky. But I do want to see, where do we rank now? It looks like the Ravens are a 90. The Eagles are a 92. Okay, so we're barely the highest overall team in the league still, but we are. The Eagles have Josh Allen now. Okay, but all right, let's get to the midseason and we will see what happens. Okay, we are 5-1 at the midseason. We'll take it. The Bucks are 6-1, despite being 6 overall worse than us. That's cool. Thanks, Madden. Love how simulation works. Who was our loss? It was the 49ers in week 1. I knew we were gonna lose that game, but we're doing really well. Have we had a bye week after week 8 a single time? I feel like we every single year have had the bye week in the first half of the year, or before week 8 even. I don't know. Let me check out some of the stats just to, see if everyone's doing well. Looks like it. Calhoun actually doing well for the first time. Hopefully he doesn't fall off, but he probably will. Ooh, Slaughter isn't doing too great at center, but I don't know if we have, well, we could bench him. Oh, we have 0 interceptions on the year. Oh, Tavares Burrow has 0 pass deflections, 0 picks. Yeah, I don't know about that. Cam Becton, 0 interceptions, 1 pass deflection. How did they do last year? Because they might get benched. Actually, pretty well. I don't know what's happening. There's always something that goes wrong. I don't know why. I mean, it's hard to be good at everything, but this team maybe should be. But we'll hope that improves in the second half of the year. Who do we have to re-sign, though? Oh, okay, this is where the cap space catches up to us. We have negative 15 mil, and we have to re-sign Matt Driver, Mason Brenner, Andrew Calhoun, Parker Lawson, Jose McLean, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Daniel Davis, who I'm probably going to start in the second half of the year, Deontay Garrard. Yeah, that's tough. Goodbye to them. I mean, we'll be able to restructure a little bit, but not a lot. But all right, let's get to the end of the season. Year 10 could be rough for us, but if anything, that's the year we're probably going to win a Super Bowl because our roster is going to be worse, because that makes sense. That's usually what happens. But okay, in year number 9, we finish 13-4. We will take it. There are 4, 8, and 9 teams in the playoffs in the AFC. When does that happen in real life? When? How is that a thing that happens? I don't get it. The longer I play this game in 10-year rebuilds, the more sick of it I get. But Eddie Herrera, 4,600 yards, 42 touchdowns, 14 picks. Very, very good year once again. And Andrew Calhoun, of course, in his final year here, has his first good year. 1,000 yards, 4.4 per carry, 8 touchdowns. Also 8 for Herrera. But almost 1,800 yards for Davidson, 20 touchdowns. 1,000 for Staten, but that's about it. And then blocking was very good. Where did this come from for Brendan Tate? I guess he's been slowly improved. Well, this was in like 6 games he allowed 7 sacks. So I don't know if he's been improved. Well, he has been improving, but it was bad, horrible, now good. And it looks like Davis was better than Slaughter, only 4 sacks in almost 700 snaps compared to 3 in 350. But Tavares Burrow led the team with 111 tackles. That's a great sign. That's fun. But 14 TFLs for Hawley led the team, and 14 sacks for Hawley led the team. 10.5 for Gardner, 8.5 for Hopkins and Brzee. That might be the most sacks Brzee's gotten this whole time. And then 3 picks for Becton, and then 1 for 4 different players. So we went from 0 at the midseason to 7 at the end of the year. We'll take it, at least. I mean, 7 isn't great, but we'll take it. But Lamar wins MVP, Herrera at 5. John Davidson does win Offensive Player of the Year. Such a boring name name for such a good player. I guess that's kind of how a lot of good players are. Josh Allen, Justin Jefferson. I don't know. But Eddie Herrera at number 7. Mason Graham has been a monster here. He wins Defensive Player of the Year. Christian Hawley at 8. And then Carlos Pierre at number 4 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I barely remember who that is. But all right, we did very well. Thankfully, our defense bounced back for sure. It allowed less points than yards, which is good. Or at least like rankings-wise. Obviously, it allowed less points than yards, but you know what I mean. I would sure hope so at least. But we are going to be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the divisional. Our division rival once again. Who did we lose to this year though? Were they one of the teams we lost to? I know it was the 40. What am I checking? Team schedule. I know the 49ers were one of them. We also lost to, oh, of course, we lost 3 in a row. That always happens. And it was the Buccaneers, Bears, and Chiefs. 3 teams that are much worse than us. That's cool. But this should be a very easy win for us. The Buccaneers weren't even that good. They had a mid offense and a slightly above average defense. I mean, yeah, this team isn't even, I'm surprised they went 10-7, but we'll see what happens. You never know. We do beat them. It was closer than it should have been, but we win 23-17. We'll take it, I guess. And we're going to be facing the 9-8 Minnesota Vikings. How were the Buccaneers better than this team? They have really similar stats. That didn't change. Okay. Well, I don't know what their stats were. Guess we'll never know because it just shows what the Buccaneers were. If those even were the Buccaneers stats, I don't know. Or at least the rankings. Maybe the stats are different. I don't know. Who cares? One of the 14 trillion problems in this game. But can we beat the Vikings and move on to another Super Bowl? Please? I don't know if we won that. I'm seeing Justin Jefferson stats. We lost, and it's gonna be the Jaguars in the Super Bowl again. We got smoked by the Vikings. Why? Of course, the 9-8 teams in the Super Bowl. Again, the longer I do these 10-year rebuilds, the deeper we get, the more I believe EA should be dropped as the official NFL game. Or, you know what I mean, the company. What's the Jags overall? Okay, they're at least decent now, probably because they lucked into 3 Super Bowls in a row and got a bunch of development. So, I mean, they kind of deserve to be there. They do out of any AFC team, it looks like. They are actually the best now, but little bit of a difference between us and the NFC team in the Super Bowl. I mean, the Vikings are at least good, but we were slightly better, I would say. But all right, again, losing all of our players might be the best thing that will happen to us. But the Jags win another Super Bowl. I love this game. 3 in a row for the Jags. 2 over us. Love the realism, Madden. Thank you. But we actually have 14 mil in cap space, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's a thing. Again, we would probably be better off just having a bad team on paper because that's how this game works, but it would feel lame to just purposely build a bad roster. So I'll try to keep these guys. We'll restructure everybody. We should actually have a good amount of cap space, I think. Yeah, we have 54 mil. Who do we want back out of this group? Do I want Andrew Calhoun back? I mean, he finally did well. I just don't trust him to do well again. That's the problem. I feel like it was just a contract year, but Mason Brenner, we do need back. I mean, we need to keep a tackle who did well. He wasn't great, but he did well. He did well enough. Matt Driver, I think I want back. He's been good. He had 7 pass deflections this year. Yeah, he's been good. I would go 4 years, 74. He takes it. I guess we'll pick up the 5th year for Becton. Not that that's going to matter, but I think we'll let Lawson go. We don't use him as much anymore. I mean, he's probably one of the highest overall tight ends at this point. Oh, no, he's only ranked 18. Okay. I kind of want McLean back. He's been really good. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten superstar dev. I don't know how. Look at this season. How has he not gotten superstar? I mean, he wasn't great this year, at least statistically, but I mean, this year should have been superstar worthy right here. Whatever. But McKinstry, I do want back. We'll go 2 years, 23. He takes it. McLean might be too expensive. Ooh, should we re-sign Daniel Davis? He's pretty cheap. What is an 84 overall center ranked at this point? Oh, he's ranked 18, but he's only asking like 6 mil a year. Not even that. That's kind of crazy. I mean, sure, I'll definitely do that. So let me see. Let me restructure all those deals, push all that money back in, again, Saints fashion. Now we have 16 mil more in cap space. We're going to have a year where we're like negative 200 mil in cap. I mean, we won't get to that point, but still. Can we afford McLean? I don't think so. He's not interested. We could afford to offer him team friendly, but obviously not going to take that. I mean, we could tag him. We would go into the negatives, but I think that would be worth it. He's been really good. Yeah, let's do it. So, all right, no free agency for the final season, but we kept the team together for better or for worse, at least for the most part. The problem is we're going into this final year needing a running back, which is like one of the most important positions. I had other players I wanted to keep, but should we find a way to keep Calhoun? I mean, I'm sure I could. I just released Slaughter. I didn't even talk about that. I probably should have, but that saved like 8 mil. Brazee would save 6 mil, but he's a starter and he's been really good. I mean, Tavarius Harrison, 68 overall, probably ranked like 300 for defensive tackles. I don't know if I can save 11 mil though. Maybe if we just get rid of all of our depth, which is not the most realistic, but I want that second Super Bowl, all right? We can find depth some other way, maybe. I mean, depth doesn't even really do anything in simulation. It matters in real life with injuries, but no injuries here. I mean, they play a tiny bit, but barely. So, all right, I released a few players. I could release more if we have to, but 9 mil, okay, I'm gonna need to release a couple more. Work with me here, all right? I'm trying some stuff. Are we gonna have to cut the GOAT, Michael Jordan? Guess so. Matthew Robinson, I don't want to have to release because he's actually pretty okay, but like he doesn't play anyways. Yeah, get out of here. So now we have 11 mil. Hopefully that's enough for Calhoun. I mean, we could even just trade for a different running back if we need to. The Chargers are interested. Well, hold on. Let me go player friendly, like 7 years. Okay, we don't have the cap. What if I go like 4 years and just up it? We'll see if he takes that. If he doesn't, I think I'm gonna trade for a running back. I almost simulated the week like this is Madden 19 or something. Let's see if he signed. I doubt he did. He did. Okay, we're good. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It might have been better to just trade for a running back, but again, it's like the most important position in this game for some reason, so we'll take it. But all right, let's get into our final draft and we'll see what we want to do. We have a few needs now, so we need a good draft. But okay, we pick at number 29 in our final draft of the rebuild. I haven't really given much of a look to the class. I mean, I never really do for some reason, but unfortunately, this doesn't look like it said it was a good tackle class. I mean, there are a lot of guys projected to go around the first round, but none of them are actually worth it. There's one first to second round talent, and he's projected to go pretty high. So don't think we're taking a tackle. Not that we really need one, but we might, because I don't know how our guys are gonna play. Damn, I focus scouted some receivers there. Okay, well, Prince is at least. Ooh, Marshall Foster at tight end. He's pretty good. I wasn't sure if he would be because of the C short route, but I mean, everything else is an A pretty much. So I think he's gonna be the pick if he's still available. What else do we need? We really didn't lose much. I almost wish we did. As weird as that is, that's just how you have to play this game, unfortunately. I don't know. Again, I'm glad we kept our players, but we'll see if that actually works out. But we pick at number 29, and who's still available? Looks like Foster's the only one who's worth it. I mean, tight end isn't like our biggest need. It is a need, but we don't even use a tight end to begin with. Ooh. Oh, hold on. Okay, not a need, but Doug Smith looks kind of crazy. I mean, DB might be a need. Our secondary was ass last year. Well, I mean, it ended up being good, but 0 picks by the midseason from a 93 overall team is insane. I don't know. I wouldn't even start him if we drafted him probably. So I might just go with the tight end, even though I do think that safety is like a top 5 talent. I'm going to be mad if we get to the end of the draft and he's like the best player in the class, which he kind of looks like he might be, but oh well, we wouldn't even use him. We'll go with Foster. First round talent. We'll take him. Rank 20, sure, he'll start. But round 2, I'm still not comfortable with our O-line, even though it's been good. I still feel the need to take more. Who's good here? I kind of like Earl Huffman, mostly just because he has elite strength. He does have really bad finesse, though. I don't know. Peter Rogers, kind of looks the same. I mean, they might be good. I just don't know. Again, I feel the need to take a lineman. We could go Shaquem Clark. He looks solid. Shout out Shaquem Griffin. He was actually pretty good. This linebacker looks really good. Really good, honestly. Well, I mean, he doesn't have the pursuit. Does he have the speed? Yeah, I might take him round 3. Not that we need him, but we don't need much still. I don't know. What if I just like wave the white flag on this draft? I don't know if I care. None of these guys are gonna play. Like, what's the point? I want to have a good draft just to say that I did, but like, what's the point, really? I mean, a lineman could play if someone underperforms, so I should care about that. Let's take a chance on one of the strong ones. Who looks better? I think Rogers does, but I feel like he has more C's and D's than Huffman. Nah, I don't think that's true. I mean, yes, but Huffman has no A's, or he doesn't really have I don't know. It probably doesn't really matter. They're probably really similar. Let's go with Rogers, I guess. He's probably okay. Yeah, he's okay. Sure, we'll take it. I'm getting really good at predicting about exactly how good players are going to be, for the most part. I say that, and then I'm going to pick someone who's ranked like 208 at like pick 90 or whatever this is, pick 92. I don't know. Let's go with, God, we could even wait on Holland back later. Let's go with Jerry Patterson, first to second round talent. Sure. Don't know what we're going to do with him, but we'll take it. Ranked 46. Sure. Whatever. Super exciting draft, I know. For the sake of the video, I definitely shouldn't have stopped picking. Holland back's gone. I knew that was going to happen. There must have been a run on linebackers. All right. Pleasance looks pleasant enough. He actually looks pretty good. Hold on. Why do I trust pass coverage outside linebackers? They are always... Look how good this dude looks. A pursuit, A zone, A to C awareness, A to C man, 87 speed, 88 excel, and he's somehow not that good. Whatever. But here's how we did in our final draft. We pretty much got Marshall Foster, and then Peter Rogers might play if he has to, and that's about it. But I mean, that's really all you could ask for this point in the rebuild. We're not going to get many starters. I do want to see how good was that one safety. It was Doug Smith. Yep, tied for the second best player in the class. But I mean, to be honest, I'm happier with Foster because at least he'll play. But okay, here we are heading into the final year, up to a 93. We should win our second Super Bowl of the rebuild. I've been saying that for like 4 years at this point, but this should be the year. I mean, we're even slightly better than we were at the start of last year, I guess. We have a 95 offense and a 92 defense this year. So like, we should be good. If we're not, I'm gonna be really mad, but we'll have to check season stats or career stats at the end of the year too for some of these guys, because we've had some really good players, but I'll have to give my final verdict on which one I think is harder too. But again, let me know if you think a different team is harder to rebuild. That's like the 4th time I've said it, but like still, let me know. But all right, y'all know the team by this point. Oh yeah, I also did get Garrard back. He was just a free agent, which by the way, there were some good free agents because nobody can afford players at this point. Like Malik Neighbors was there, Amon-Ra St. Brown, still Jordan Mailata. But all right, let's get to the end of year number 10 and we will see how this team does. We should win our second Super Bowl, but we'll see if we are actually going to. All right, we finish 15-2. I still don't think I've ever gone undefeated in simulation, but I mean, if there was any year, this was, I wouldn't say this was the year, but I mean, we got pretty close. This isn't like the best team we've ever built or anything, but it's pretty good. Speaking of pretty good, Eddie Herrera, 5,100 yards, 51 touchdowns, only 9 picks, 76 completion percentage. He was still sacked a few times, but I mean, he's just the best quarterback to ever live, but somehow still not the best quarterback here. But Andrew Calhoun, I guess it was probably better than starting Offord, but fell kind of back off again. He was better than he has been, but worse than last year. But Davidson, 1,600 yards and 25 receiving touchdowns. What's the record for career? Because he might be getting there. But Garrard, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, 850 for Staten, almost 800 for Foster as a rookie. But Brendan Tate and Keith Beckford were kind of ass. The rest of the line was good. I thought about benching Tate at the midseason. I don't know if we should though, because I don't know if like Bass would be better. I don't know, that's risky. But Monk, 117 tackles, 12 TFLs for Brazil led the team, and sacks weren't as good this year. 10.5 for Gardner, but only 8.5 for, well, 8.5 for Hopkins is decent, but only 8 for Hawley. As a 95 overall, that's the lowest he's gotten in the last like 6 years. But I mean, that's still not bad. I was just hoping for better. But interceptions, 3 for Driver, 2 for Burrow and Becton, and then 1 for like 5 different players. For some reason though, our defense just wasn't good. It was ranked like 19th for points per game allowed. Was there anyone who was obviously bad? I don't know. It's just hard to say on defense whose fault it was, at least based off of just looking at stats. But MVP goes to Eddie Herrera once again. That's what, his second or third? I can't remember at this point. Lamar on the Commanders now. That's something. Drake May on the Bills up there for MVP. Looks like the Patriots made a mistake. They've been doing that lately, in real life at least. But John Davidson also takes Offensive Player of the Year again with Eddie Herrera at 2. This offense is insane. This defense should be better than it is, but this offense at least is crazy. Marshall Foster all the way down at 4? That's kind of surprising, but whatever. But all right, super quick, let's go over some career stats. So Eddie Herrera, 38,000 passing yards, 343 touchdown passes, only 68 picks, 119 passer rating. Calhoun has been solid, 5,500 yards. Davidson not at 10,000 receiving yards yet. I mean, he's only played 7 seasons, so that shouldn't be that surprising, but I mean, he's been insane. 117 receiving touchdowns. Staten has been quietly super good, 4,000 yards in 4 years. And then let's see, McKinstry, almost 800 tackles, 700 for Monk, 119 TFLs for Brazil, 103 for Hawley, and 73 sacks for Hawley so far. I'm surprised that's not even higher, but I mean, that's still good. Gonna hit 100 career sacks by the time his career's over. At least, because he's only 28, right? Yeah, so depends on how long he'd play. Eric Eric Gardner has been like kind of quietly maybe one of the best players here. 66 sacks from defensive tackle in 6 or 7 years now. Brzee, 53.5 career sacks and picks, 15 for McKinstry, 13 for Driver so far. Pretty good numbers. But all right, again, for the millionth time, we had the highest overall team quicker than in the Browns rebuild. Or wait, did we? Wait, I've already lost track. Okay, no, we didn't get the highest overall team quicker than in the Browns rebuild. I feel like I've been saying that. I don't know why I thought we did, but no. But we did win a Super Bowl quicker in year 5, so I guess we're tied with the Browns rebuild. So I don't know which one I would say is harder. I feel like Super Bowl's more up to luck, so I would say this one actually might be the hardest rebuild. At least if we're talking building the better team on paper, which is kind of what you do. I mean, if we win a second Super Bowl, that might change my mind, but so far I would say the verdict is I do think the Saints rebuild is harder than the Browns, because the Browns actually have some pieces to work with. We had some here, but not as many pieces. The Browns at least have like Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward. They have some corners. They have some safeties. The Saints have pieces, but they're all older. Really, the guys who lasted here were just Brian Brzee, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Chris Olave, and that's it. But all right, we are gonna be facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the divisional once again. Have we seen them in the playoffs every year? It feels like it. I lose my memory so quick of like what has happened in previous years, but we've been playing them a lot in the playoffs. I know that. Thankfully, no 9-8 team still alive in the playoffs here, as it should be. But all right, if this is the last game, I'm gonna be disappointed. Hopefully not. But you know, if you've enjoyed this series so far, if you've enjoyed this rebuild, again, be sure to leave a like, all that good stuff. It helps out the channel. But all right, can we beat the Buccaneers in the divisional and move on to the conference championship? We do, 24-10. Okay, good. I am going to be perfectly honest. I thought we were losing that game for sure, but I guess I'm just a negative person. I don't know. But we are going to be taking on the Seattle Seahawks in the conference championship. They're 10-7, 90 overall, but I mean, we're better with everything. It looks like they had the better defense because of course they did, even though it's 4 overall worse than ours, but I wonder what their defensive playbook is. They probably have a new coach, maybe? No, they still have Mike McDonald. Huh, I didn't know that defensive playbook actually works. That's interesting. But can we beat the Seahawks and move on to yet another Super Bowl? We've been in how many at this point? Like 5? Or no, just 3. Never mind. I forgot we didn't make it last year. But all right, hopefully this can be our 4th, and hopefully we can win it if we do make it. Can we beat the Seahawks? I don't know. We don't. We lose 38-28 to a worse team. Unlucky.